And we are live, people. Today is the final day of the season, and we are here to watch Manchester United play football again at home and probably lose today. That's what happens. That's the only thing that happens, right? As a Man United fan, the only thing that happens is that we watch our team and our team loses. We watch our team and our team loses. And it's the final day of the season, and I'm not gonna lie, guys, we are playing at home and we are playing Aston Villa at home. I do not see us winning this game at all. The mood, the feeling, the environment around Manchester United right now is as toxic as it's ever been. So very difficult times. I'm sure the kickoff will happen soon. There's a lot to get into, man. It's very interesting because I feel like I can't even, because the environment. So yeah, welcome everybody to the channel. Let me know where you're watching from. We are waiting for kickoff at the moment. There is a lot I want to get into as well. There is a lot that is happening, or that has happened over the last few days, which includes Garnacho leaving, Cunha coming in, talks about Bruno leaving, and the general fallout really from that Europa League final game. We haven't yet dissected it on this channel, and we haven't really spoken about it on this channel. So today, during this match, while this match is going on, we'll be talking about everything, because we need to talk about everything, guys. We need to talk about Ineos. We need to talk about Amram, the year that he's had, the year that they have had, the players. We need to talk about the players, every single one of them, from the goalkeeper all the way to the striker. We can see the players taking the knee at the moment. The formation that we're playing in is a formation that I expect us to play in. We got Haven, Maguire and Lindelof in the front three. Dorgu, CASEMIRO, Fernandez and Mazraoui. Well, Dorgu and Mazraoui's wing back. And yeah, so basically we're starting almost the same team that lost in the final. We are starting with Hojlund up front, Ahmad and Mason Mount. So this manager has not learnt anything, and he doesn't learn at all, this manager will keep playing the same team, the same tactics, the same formation until we get relegated. I'm convinced that this is probably where we're going to be if we do not change drastically. Anyway, the game has kicked off, by the way, guys. We are 1 minute on my clock into the game. Dorgu's got the ball right now on the left-hand side. Bruno's got the ball right now to Dorgu. Back to Bruno. Now Heaven. I'm looking forward to see what Heaven has in store as well, because I know that a lot of the Arsenal backroom staff, coaches, had high hopes for Heaven. And at the end of the day, Haven's got a lot of defenders in front of him for Arsenal. Arsenal's defense, Arsenal's back line is sorted. It's sorted, and it will be very difficult for you to get into the Arsenal team with their defensive line. So I'm hoping that what we have with Heaven is just simply somebody who's really good but just couldn't break into the Arsenal team, because I do not want to pick up anyone's scraps. And for what I've seen of him so far, he looks good. He looks decent. Like he fits the athletic profile of the players that we need at the back. He's not static. He's not a fridge like Maguire. He's not immobile. And there's one thing that is clear to me, as much as I love technical ability, I love all of that stuff. The Premier League, you gotta be athletic as hell, man. Look at right now. Yeah, there's some foul by Mason Mount. Aston Villa were just running through already, just bearing down into our midfield. I think that is one thing that we don't have. Man, how many players, and I've said this many times, apart from Pogba, when we had him, right, and we just abused this guy. He the best player we had by a mile. Only one close to Pogba was Martial in terms of technical ability. And we now, with these players, we were second in the league. With Jose Mourinho, Oli, now without these players, and now that we have Bruno leading that line, we're 17th. And people are saying that we should win things for Bruno. How about Bruno Fernandes win things for us? How about he does what Martial does or Pogba does and single-handedly win a game for us? How about that happens? How about he turns up in a final? How about this man turns up in a big game for once? Just turn up. No. We shouldn't be winning anything for a single player. Like, what the hell is that? The mentality of the fans, yeah. The mentality of the Man United fans is one of the... Hey, there we go, Masraoui. Ooh, lucky. Mason Mount, that's much better. Much better. Finish. Oh, Mason Mount again. Oh, Mason. Hey. Let's go, United. Welcome, Soulful Curl. Orhan. Orhan, big up yourself, Orhan, next door. Come on, United. Always loving Orhan in the chat. Tim, I'm still depressed about the result midweek. Just want season over. Tim, I'm with you. Right now, I'm so flat. You know when you're just emotionless about football? Like, right now, I just want to be entertained. I want to see some shapes. I want to see us keep the ball. I'm even at the point where, do you know what? I almost want to look at things in a different way. For instance, the loss against Tottenham, I can look at it and be more positive, right? I can say that we had 70% possession against Tottenham. I can say that we dominated the ball. I can say that the difference between us and Tottenham was a fluky goal, right? A lucky fluky goal. So there wasn't actually that much difference between us and Tottenham. And if anything, when you actually watch that final, yeah, from a neutral perspective, despite the fact that we didn't create much, right? We actually, oh my gosh, mistake from Haven. I think we are the ones who actually deserve more out of the game than they did. They didn't create any chances at all in the whole match. The goal they scored was our own goal. So if we just look at the result, yeah, and the result alone, I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be frustrated. I'm going to be annoyed. But if I look at the context, maybe that might, bring a bit more positivity to some Man United fans. Not to me. I still think that we should have won the game. I still feel like we can't be losing to Tottenham. I still feel like we're not good enough. But there's multiple ways you can look at football, right? And if you want to look at it a bit more positively, we can look at it that way. So it is what it is, guys. Oh, that is better football. Do you know what? I'm impressed so far with the football that we're playing. 6 minutes gone, and we've had a good start to this game. Just like against Tottenham. Against Tottenham, we had a good start, and we look like we're the only team that could win. And that is why even though I don't think the manager has been good enough, and even though he's stubborn, and I kind of want him to go, if he stays, I do think he's got a small chance of turning it around. Because I do think, yeah, that if we get about 4 quality signings, signings that go straight into the first team, a new goalkeeper, a new centre midfielder, we definitely need at least one. Cunha, if he comes in, and a striker, I think, yeah, automatically that makes us so much better, because We don't score any goals. We don't score enough goals. That's been our issue. So anyway, let me know what you guys think of the game so far. I got a poll up at the moment about next season. What do you really think will happen next season, people? Honestly, honestly. Of course, it depends on the signings we bring in. It depends on whether the manager is staying or not. And based on what I've heard, based on what we've all heard, it seems as if the manager is staying. Right? So signings, how the manager approaches next season, the fact that we've got no competitions apart from the domestic competitions, FA Cup, Carling Cup. We have no European football next season. None. Let's go Mason Mount on that side. I feel like Mason Mount is now playing for his future. Anyway, United are all over Aston Villa. This is actually decent football, and we have to be able to compartmentalize what happened in midweek and just assess this game independently. And so far, unlucky CASEMIRO. So far, Aston Villa haven't seen the ball. So far, we've moved it quickly. And not only have we moved it quickly, I've seen one-touch football. And I've always said, in order to play one-touch football, you have to have some sort of cohesion. You got to know where the other player is going to be. Because you can't just play it to feet all the time. Because people are on the move. So you got to play it in front of players. You got to play the ball to where they're running to. So they run onto the ball. That means cohesion, the understanding of the players and your fellow players has to be really good if you want to play one-touch football. And in the final third, so far in the first 10 minutes, I've seen a couple 1-2 touches. So far, we're not allowing Aston Villa to even come out. We're pressing as well. But like I said, guys, this is the first 10 minutes. And Manchester United, we do usually start decently within the first 10 minutes. Why did Ahmad go down there? I'm going to want more from Ahmad. I was disappointed in him in midweek. Not just him. Let me be clear. The whole team. But because I have such a high opinion of Amad Diallo, I just don't think he did well at all. Here we go. Oh, here we go, Maguire. Yeah, this is some good. This is decent, guys. Because context is key. We're at home, right? And we don't always do well at home. And this Aston Villa team, I'm pretty sure, is trying to get into the top 5. I'm not sure if their top 5 hopes have been dashed at the moment. Let me just quickly see the league. So yeah, so far, you know, hey Tim, seem to be playing well. No pressure. Tim, I think you might have put the nail on the head. No pressure. Last game of the season. So that could be the reason why the players are, playing well. Look at this. This one touch, just moving the ball around. We still haven't created any clear-cut chances. But the way we're playing, look, Mason Mount. Finish. Oh, Ahmad. Another late run. That could have been 1-0. Let me see this again. Mason Mount. Oh, Ahmad, you got to score. How many points behind fifth? Aston Villa. So, so they are fighting for fourth. They are fighting for the top four, top five.
Chelsea and Aston Villa are almost 67 points right now.
Okay, so Tim, maybe Tim, it's because Aston Villa are the ones that are under pressure right now to finish in the top five, right? They're level on points with Chelsea and Newcastle, so it's all to play for. We are the ones who've got nothing to play for, apart from maybe our pride, right? But all it takes is for one, I reckon, one counter attack, and if Aston Villa get it right, who knows? But yeah, it does seem that Aston Villa are the more nervous team.
Ismail Assar scored
For Palace in 9 minutes. Man, accumulators and shit, just dead out here. Ah, one thing I don't understand, which is why I'm slightly leaning toward the manager has to leave, right? And this is why I'm slightly leading towards more the manager here. Hojlund should not be playing football for this football club. I don't care if Zirkzee is fit to be brought on for 20 minutes, and it's the final game of the season, and you still can't start Zirkzee. I feel like it's a fact here that this guy feels that Hojlund's better than Zirkzee and keeps playing Hojlund. That alone means he should get sacked because we could have done so much. Oh my, here we go. Defended well. Is that Mason Mount losing the ball? See, now Aston Villa have got the ball. See, Aston Villa, they've weathered our storm, right? For 15 minutes almost, we've had the ball and Aston Villa has weathered it. Let's see, if we can weather at least 1 minute of Villa's attacks. We, as a team, even though we play with a back five almost, we're not very, that's very good, Dorgu. We're not the most robust, which is a system issue. It's the manager's issue. You play with a back five. Oh my gosh. Bruno, come this way. You could have turned that way towards the goalkeeper. There's loads of space. He wanted to run back into the crowd. I mean, this is the Aston Villa's only attack, really. Where's the passcode for? You left it upstairs. Goal kick to Man United. I think is that Bayern there? Yeah, we got Bayern there in goal as well today, which means if the rumours are correct, I feel like the manager has probably had enough. Either had enough of Onana. I mean, we are in for Martinez. We are actually in for the goalkeeper that we are playing against today. So today might be a good day for some Man United fans to sit back and just watch this goalkeeper, observe him. But we know about Emi Martinez. We've been watching him in this league for many a year. Oh, so Zirkzee's not even in the squad. What does that mean, people? I did not know Zirkzee was not in the squad. Him and Ligt are in the stands. So is he injured again? Is that what we're supposed to be believed? That he came on for 20 minutes, but he's still injured? Are we gonna think about him? Maybe the reason why he's not in the squad is because he's gonna get sold. What are we taking from that? Does anybody know why Zirkzee is not in the squad? Okay. Oh, is that out? That's out, no? Oh no. Mazraoui looks like he's yeah, that's not good. Whenever you see somebody go down and it's not an impact injury, no one's kicked him or done anything. It's never ever a good sign. He's pulled something. Yeah, he's either got cramp or pulled something. Wow, Mazraoui's played more games for Manchester United under this campaign than he's ever had in his career, which is sad because we have defenders, we have right wing backs, we have right backs. Yeah, guys, it looks like Mazraoui is done for. Yeah, I don't Liverpool, man. Since Liverpool won the league 2 weeks ago, I don't know. They drew last week against Brighton or something? No, they lost. They've been losing games left, right, and centre, and all drawing games. And I'm not gonna lie, if they want to win the league next season, they can't do this. They can't be like, yes, we've won the league. Let's now chill, right? And then pick it up and start the season. Like, it doesn't work like that. The reason why I believed at the beginning of this season that Liverpool could win the league is because of how they ended last season. Liverpool were the most informed team at the end of last season. They went from fourth or something, fifth, wherever they were, and they went up to 2 places or something. Like Liverpool, at the end of the season, were just winning games. And I said, if they start this season who's just gone, if they start this season the way they ended last season, they're going to win the league. And that's what they did. They started the season the same way that they ended. You don't want to end the season with losses and losses. You just don't. Man United, if we can, we want to end it. Oh, here we go to Ahmad. Here we go. Oh, sloppy passes. Hey. Oh, no. Well done, Haven. Well done, Heaven. Yusuf, pick up yourself, Yusuf. Thanks for dropping in, my friend. Man United, yeah. Man United fan. I assume you're a Man United fan as well, Yusuf. Let me know what you're thinking of the game. Let me know what you think of the season we've had. Let me know what you think of the manager. Let me know where you're watching from as well. If you're watching from the UK, I know I get people from all over the world dropping in to the stream. So let me know where you guys are watching from. Yeah, we got Dalot. Dalot's now come on for Mazraoui, so Dalot's now playing right wing back. I think Dalot, when he was playing left back and left wing back, he was not good. He's much better on the right hand side. He's right footed, so it suits him more. So yeah, he's much better as a right wing back for me, Dalot. However, I still think that long term, probably the right centre back role, because I do think that the wing back positions for Manchester United need to be filled by wingers, players who can beat a man, players who have pace, and players who can score. In a similar mode to Ahmad. And I'm not saying there's loads of Ahmads around. We're going to get another Ahmad, but someone who has an attacking threat. When we play with defenders as wing backs, I think that's the issue, and that's one of the main issues I have with Amorim. When he plays Mazraoui as a wing back and Dalot as a wing back, these guys offer nothing going forward, really, right? Compared to like the Quenders, because he had people like Quender for Sporting, and I just feel like if we get more Dorgus. And even Dorgu, a lot of people are not fully convinced with Dorgu. I think Dorgu is fine. I think Dorgu, since he's coming in January, right? Like Evra, like Vidic did for Manchester United. And it's hard to settle in a team like this Manchester United team, who are in 17th, after coming in mid-season in January. And the Dorgu is 20 years old. Everyone keeps forgetting he's a baby. He's going to get better. And look how easily he's transitioned into the way we play into this league already. Some people take years. I mean, a lot of Man City players, when Pep buys them, he gives them a year to assimilate. Dorgu had to assimilate instantly. No opportunity to have bad games, to ease into the league or anything. And that is the reason why I think that Dorgu, I think he'll be fine. I think Dorgu will be fine. A lot of people will say, why get rid of Malacia and get Dorgu? Because they do look similar in terms of their profile. I understand that question or that thinking. I mean, I would just say that Malacia's injury record is crazy. And that's probably one of the main reasons I think we probably need to get rid of Malacia, because his knee injury, I don't know, guys. I don't know if you're going to fully recover from that. So, yeah. So far, I mean, the game is starting to become less dynamic. I think the game has fallen into its pattern. A lot of Man United possession. Dalot on the ball. Ahmad, what's Ahmad doing? No, I need more from Ahmad. I need more from Amad Diallo. I'm going to demand more from all of our better players. For instance, I'm one of those who always have high expectations of Bruno. And the way that the fans sing songs about him, the way that some fans talk about Bruno, you think he's one of the best players in the world. When you actually watch him, watch the way he gives the ball away. He gave the ball away for Tottenham's goal, by the way. He did. Bruno did. And when I watch Bruno, I'm always like, why is he worshipped the way he is worshipped? Like, everyone got what they wanted, right? All the United fans, all the black footballers are all gone. All the Pogbas and Martials, Sancho's, all those guys have gone, right? And we're left with your favourite, Bruno. And we're now in a worse position than we've ever been. So I'm thinking, hold on a second. Who was the problem then? If all your favourites are gone, right? I mean, all the players that were the problem have gone. All your Sanchos, everyone's gone. Antony, all of these guys have gone. Except Rashford, but we're 17th. And Bruno is the captain, and Bruno is leading this team. Yet, I'm supposed to worship him. I don't get it. It doesn't match up. All I have to say about that situation is this. Imagine, anyone who's listening or watching, imagine if Paul Pogba was captain of Manchester United right now, Paul Pogba. And imagine if Paul Pogba was putting in the performances that Bruno has been putting in all season. Every game that we've lost, all the 18 games, right, that we have lost as a football club, Bruno Fernandes has played almost every minute of those games that we've lost. He's only missed about 2 games this season. He's played almost every minute of every single game this season. And it's the worst season we've ever had. Yet, everyone else is crap. And he, for some reason, avoids criticism. Like, we can criticize the whole team, see how bad everything is, and say that, but Bruno is the one good player that we have. I find that it's absolutely criminal as a fan base, yeah, that we can have the season we have, be led by Bruno, and he doesn't get any of the criticism. He can give the ball away like he did against Tottenham, lead to us conceding the goal, and then lose the match. So his mistake, Bruno's mistake, caused us to lose the game, yeah. And yet, no criticism. He comes out and everyone worships him. Everyone's to the point where we're saying that we should win things for Bruno. What? I've never heard that in my life. I feel like the fan base, and I keep saying this because I'm gonna attack and tackle this Man United fan base, which is soft belly fan base, which believes in some sort of hierarchy of worship. I think the fan base believes that we need to back the manager, no matter how bad he is, back Bruno, no matter how shit he plays, because loyalty is the most important thing. These people who worship the royal family, that needs somebody above them to worship. These gremlins, bro, they're who I'm after. I'm after these guys. Here we go, Dorgu. Finish. Oh, that is good. Look at Maguire. Go on, Maguire. Oh, how the hell? How the hell have Aston Villa survived? Oh, Heaven was there. Dalot was there. Oh, the offside flag went up. No, I'm not gonna lie, guys. This game against an Aston Villa side that is supposed to be a top 5 team, we're playing well. So what does this mean? How are people interpreting this? Oh, was it Ahmad? It was Ahmad. No, it wasn't Ahmad. Who was it? It was Dalot, yeah. It was Dalot. Oh, we are all over Aston Villa. We are not letting them breathe. And this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see. This is probably what the manager sees in coaching and believes. This is what he believes. He sees this, and then when it comes to the big games, he's like, why aren't you guys doing this? Why aren't you doing this? No garnacho today. Which is good, because I'm not a big garnacho fan anyway. Lindelof has started today. It's quite interesting. I feel like Lindelof, he's been here. Lindelof has been here since Jose Mourinho's first season. And I'm pretty sure, yeah, that's at least 2 years Ten Hag, 2.5 years for Oli. I feel like this is at least 6-7 years Lindelof's been here. It's absolutely insane that he's still here. One thing I always say about Lindelof is that I've always said, as a footballer with the ball at his feet, he's not the worst. He can pass the ball, he can shoot, he can actually take free kicks. He is just way too passive a footballer for the Premier League. Lindelof is good, yeah, for a team, yeah, that never defends and has the ball all the time, and you need to play the ball out from the back. Lindelof is great, but he doesn't have the physicality to play in the Premier League for me. He doesn't have the pace. He doesn't have the strength, importantly. And often he loses focus. He loses concentration. He loses his man. His reaction time is not always the quickest. He's just a bit too passive for me. Well done, Ahmad. Well done, Ahmad. I like the way Ahmad evaded that challenge. CASEMIRO dropping deep. Ball over the top for Dalot. Ahmad's on the ball right now, edge of the box to Bruno.
Go, go, go.
Oh my gosh. Why didn't Dalot shoot? Oh. Why didn't Dalot shoot? That ball over the top from Bruno was really good. And he was onside, Dalot. Clipped over from Bruno. Dalot inside the box. And Dalot tried to put it across the box, yeah, to Hojlund. That's what he tried to do. He should have just shot. So we've had Dalot once again. Dalot hit the post. Dalot was put through, but it wanted to square it. That's 2 opportunities, right? We've had at least. Aston Villa have had none. Ahmad takes the corner. Took it short. Ball into the box by Ahmad. Oh, CASEMIRO. Okay, Martinez has the ball. Yeah, I mean, 32 minutes on the clock, people. All I can say is, if we lose this game from this position, we have to apply context because we've been by far the better team. It's not been close, guys. We have dominated this game. We've had two chances to score, two really good chances to score, maybe three, if I can remember properly. And Aston Villa have done nothing. And this, we haven't created as many chances, you know, against Tottenham as we have now. But this reminds me of the Tottenham game, where we were controlling most of the ball. The only difference between this game and the Tottenham game is that we've created more chances than in the Tottenham game. This is better. This is good. Oh, Cass. Oh, Mount tried to curl it in. Turkish, you are playing a top 4 team essentially as a bottom of the league team, which lets me know next season you have the capacity to finish top 8 at least. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. That's how I'm looking at this, because I can look at this in a very negative way, the whole situation, and just be annoyed. Or, like I said before, I can try to look at it more positively and say, do you know what? We dominated Tottenham, and we should have won the game. And in this game, we're playing an Aston Villa side, which is essentially apparently supposed to be a top 5 team, a top 4 team, and we are outplaying them in every piece of the park, every part of the pitch. We are outplaying them, and we should be at least 2-0 up in this game. So for a long time, I know every season we're always looking forward to summer, right? We're looking forward to see what happens, what players come in, what players come out. And I thought the summer just gone, getting in Lenny Euro, getting in Mazraoui, Delit. I actually thought that summer was decent. We didn't get many players out, but I thought the summer was decent. This summer coming up has to be one of the best summers, yeah, we've ever had. It has to be. If not, as a football club, we are screwed. You know what I don't like, yeah, about the Onana talk and the Luke Shaw talk, right? Everyone, I think most people are focusing on the fact that Onana could have reached it, right? He could have reached it and all these things. But I'm like, he didn't reach it. Like, it's not the fact the goalkeeper could have reached it. The goalkeeper dived there. He got a little hand to it, but he didn't get it out. And I'm not saying Onana is not at fault. Another goalkeeper and another day could have reached it. The word could have. But what happened? What actually happened? What happened is that Bruno lost the ball unnecessarily, right? Unnecessarily. That's an unforced error. That's a much bigger thing, yeah, than the goalkeeper trying to save it and not managing to get it out. That's a could have, whatever. Bruno, unforced error. And then own goal is not fully Luke Shaw's fault, the own goal, right? That's circumstantial, the own goal. But it came off his arm, practically, Luke Shaw, and he went in. The goalkeeper responded, tried to dive, tried to get it out, and he couldn't. So it's like, if there's anyone to blame, the only person that made an error, which is unforced, the only person that made an error which he didn't need to make was Bruno in the lead up to the goal. Think about it. Think about it. Luke Shaw, you can argue he made an error. It was his own goal. Yes, it was. But that's circumstantial. That the ball just hit him. The goalkeeper tried to respond, but couldn't keep it out. You could argue another goalkeeper might have, but Alisson might have been in goal. Alisson might have been in goal and still conceded that. You just don't know. You just don't know. I feel like it's easy to blame the goalkeeper because we've created an environment, right, where anything that our goalkeeper does now, and he's done it himself. Onana's done this himself too, because Onana has made many bad mistakes. So he's brought this on himself too. However, I see a lot of YouTubers now blaming Onana for every goal we concede. And I'm like, no, let's not do that. Yeah, when he makes a big error, we will call it out, and we have done. But let's not blame Onana for every goal we concede and say, if someone puts it in the top bins, say, oh, he could have saved it. We're going to over-scrutinize everything he does. And to be honest, I think Onana's done anyway. I feel like we're going to get a new goalkeeper. And at the very least, Onana will probably be our number 2. That's what I think will happen. Like if we get Martinez, Onana will be number 2. So we won't be having a lot of these conversations anyway. But I just feel like it's scapegoating. It's easy, man. And football is more difficult to analyze what went wrong here in a football match, which is moving, is constant. A football match is not a one-on-one game of tennis where it's easy to analyze. It's positions. It's 11 players on a football pitch, and it's a constant, forever changing, evolving, moving game. So how do you analyze a moment, right? How do you analyze one moment in time within a game that's constantly moving, constantly flowing? It's difficult to, right? And all we do is analyze one moment. We analyze how the goal was scored. We'll say, oh, the ball went in and this defender was here and this defender was there. But before the ball went in, what happened then? And before that player who crossed the ball in received it, what happened then? How far back do we go? Yeah. It's nicely cleared, Ahmad. How far back do we go when we analyze a football match to truly understand the full picture, to truly understand the mistakes that were made? Here we go, Maynard. We can't. One thing that we can't do, yeah, I don't see us do very often, which I think the manager needs to address, is Man United, we don't transition very well. When's the last time you saw Manchester United on the counter attack? And we've transitioned well. We've gone from our goalkeeper to the striker. To their goalkeeper in like five seconds, bearing in on goal. We don't transition well under Ten Hag, right? Don't forget, this is what Ten Hag kept saying. Ten Hag was saying, I'm trying to create the best transition team in the league. The way that Nottingham Forest play, for instance, he wanted to create a version of that where we're this crazy, chaotic, frantic kamikaze on the transition. And we said, you know what? We want to keep the ball. We don't just want to play on the transition. We want to keep the ball as a football club also. So this manager now has said, when he's coming, Amorim, he wants to change the culture and make it less transition, right? And have more control. He wants that. But I haven't seen that this season. When's the last time, Man United fans, you've seen us counter-attack and counter-attack devastatingly well? Anyway, Orhan, I agree. It's all Man United, but not a lot of chances have been created. Yeah, nothing to show, not many chances. That's one thing that we've had issues with the whole season. Orhan, we Manchester United do not score goals. I think we've scored one of the least amount of goals out of any football club this season. We don't score goals. Not in the Premier League anyway. So if Cunha is coming in, people, I hope that Cunha can contribute because he is a goal scorer and he does create goals. Cunha started his career at Wolves as a striker and he's moved into a more attacking midfielder role. And if we can get Mbeumo, if we can get Rory Delap, even though Rory Delap is probably the one that I'm not overly keen on, not the fact that, not saying that he's not good, is the fact that he's a better version of Hojlund. And yes, I'll take a better version of Hojlund any day because Hojlund is not good. But I reckon I prefer a striker more in the mode of Martial, as in a quick Martial, not Martial without his knees, not the slow Martial. I want a striker in a mode of Sarr. I feel like we need a striker who's a bit more explosive. And I'm not sure Rory is the most explosive. But if we do get Rory Delap, because I know that there's talk that his release clause is only £30 million. And if that's the case, get him. So, as usual, I'm looking down and I'm seeing that there's been a goal scored in almost every other Premier League game, except for our game and a few others. Wow. Typical, isn't it? Typical. I'm watching a game with no goals, and all the other games have goals in them. Tottenham are also winning. I mean, that makes sense after their Champions Europa League. I mean, it can go both ways. You can win a final, win a competition, and then the next game you're just hungover and you lose. Or you can win a competition and you're just on a high, and the next game you just flipping tear up the opponent. Yeah, guys. I mean, let me know how you think this half has gone. From a Man United perspective, play. Oh, there we go. Martinez has been sent off. You have to be sent off. It's a red card for Martinez. That's it. That's it, bro. You have to come off. You have to come off. And that's interesting because he's a goalkeeper, yeah, that we want to sign. He's a goalkeeper that we want to sign, yeah, and this guy's clotheslining him. That was a clothesline. And it wasn't even like that was a JBL, John Bradfield. That's what's it called? Kane and Undertaker clothesline from hell. Nah, man. He came out. He was like, "You ain't doing nothing." He's like, "Nah." Watching it back again, I'm like, Martinez said to the man, "Listen, look at this." No, knocked him down. Hey, sir, keep it up, bro. I said, how you got time to score and come on my stream? How's Newcastle doing? You've had a good season with Newcastle, right? I beg you come play for Man United, sir. Don't just come in the chat and say keep it up, man. Sign for my club. We need strikers like you. Now there's two stars. There's all right. Palace is all right. You scored against Liverpool. Well done. But no, but other real jokes aside, I appreciate, man. I appreciate the love, man. You got to start from somewhere, man. You know what I mean? Everybody started from somewhere, so I've got a lot of opinions. You only got a lot of opinions. Why not start a little channel, do your thing? This I don't know why I find it so funny, because it's so bad. It's so bad because the ball was nowhere near him. I just don't understand the goalkeeper. The more I watch this back, yeah, the more I'm like, bro, what do you think was gonna happen? You took man out fully. You're going off. You denied a goal scoring opportunity. Like, I don't understand what he thought he was. That's crazy. And this is what I'm saying. Be careful what you wish for, yeah, because of course he's the guy that everyone wants now. Since everyone heard that we're looking at Martinez, everyone's like, bring him in, bring him in. Bro, Martinez is a good goalkeeper. He makes good saves, yes, but he's also a madman. This goalkeeper's like, I don't forget the crazy stuff here that this goalkeeper has done.
He's done things like what Zirkzee did.
Bruv, this Sark commented, yeah, man, for sure. I'm joining, man. Bro, please, I beg you. I beg you, man. We need all the help we can get, man. Like, I can't be watching my club get relegated, man. Please. But on a level, yeah. I remember when Newcastle signed Sarr, what was it, like 60 or 70 million, around that sort of money? And everyone was thinking Arsenal were going to get him. Bro, Arsenal, man, I reckon if Arsenal had a striker, there's someone to come on, yeah, for 10, 15 minutes. Even if he did, yeah, play with a false nine all season, but still had someone like, I just don't understand Arsenal, man. And Arteta, you guys, yeah, bought like 3 defenders. I'm like, you guys already had like one of the best defenses in the league, and you guys spent the whole summer just chasing defenders. I was like, this guy's on, Arteta's on crack, you know.
The best attack is a strong defense.
Arteta's, man, I'm gonna call him Arteta's. Oh my gosh. What a waste of a free kick. Listen, we waited about 5 minutes, yeah, for this free kick to be taken. And this is what Man United, man. I want to fight some of these players, you know. I want to line them up and give them one right hook. Just one right hook, each player. Except Ahmad. I reckon if I gave Ahmad a right hook, he might die. But I think these players, man. So what? The problem is, yeah, the reason why it's a bit funny now is because if we win now, I don't know how to analyze this because context is important, right? If we win now, wow, Casemiro. Casemiro did flipping flying kick. You tried to do some Eric Cantona thing. Oh man, Lindelof, bro. It had to be you in it. Okay, good. Casemiro. Oh. What do you think of Cunha from Wolves? First and foremost, if he plays in the left 10, good, because Garnacho is not him, right? And that's Garnacho's position. And I feel like he will automatically make us better because one of the issues we have, especially with Garnacho, decision making and shooting, scoring goals, all of these things, yeah, I think Cunha will bring. I will say this, yeah. I'm excited about Cunha coming, yeah, but I'm not one of those Man United fans who think he's going to come and everything's going to be the best thing ever, because it's not just Cunha that we need. We need a lot more. But I feel like he's at the right age now. Cunha is what, 25? 20, so he's heading into his prime, which is good. We want footballers who still have the best years ahead of him. One thing I like about Cunha is that he's strong, bro. When you watch him play, he has the skill, he has the technique, he can dribble, but he's not a footballer, yeah, that you just hench out, bro. He's not. Garnacho, henchman out. Clothesline man, dash man around. Even Ahmad to a certain extent. slap man around. Easy, easy. Even Mason Mount. I argue and I complain about the pace and power of the Premier League being too much, because if we do more pace and power, sign more pace and power players, and rely too much on pace and power, we would neglect the technicalities. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of English teams don't always do well in Europe, because we buy for pace and power. And when we come up against a technical team, we either get outplayed and outpassed and rely on counterattacks and our pace and power to defeat them. But I think Cunha has a good blend, bro. I think Cunha has technical ability. He can score from anywhere and he can create, right? But like I said, he's strong. He can play in the Premier League. The defenders are not going to bully him like they bully almost all of our attackers. Our attackers are decent technically. Kobe, all these guys, they've got nice touches, yeah? But they get bullied off the ball. They do. Even look at hojlund. Look at hojlund always backing up Interman like he's whining in the club. Always trying to bend over, bruv, like he's in carnival. Always. always getting dragged around, bruv. Like DV. Like, it's crazy. So, and that's a long answer, but I'm happy with Cunha, but I'm not going to get overexcited about Cunha unless we bring others in. Cunha alone is not enough. Cunha might come to Man United, right? And still get relegated next season with Man United.
26 in 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing that we don't have. Like I said, Ahmad, he's a good dribbler, but you can bully Ahmad out of a game. At Tottenham, against Tottenham, he started well against Tottenham, yeah. But you can tell when he was doubled up against Tottenham, they doubled up against him nice. And Richarlison, that's the reason why they play Richarlison instead of Son. Richarlison is a bastard, yeah. They gave Ahmad a good time. They followed him everywhere. When Ahmad's like that and he gets pushed around, he's ineffective. Like I said, Cunha, I don't know if that's going to happen with Cunha. There's one thing I will say about Cunha. He does have a history of doing the madness. He has a history of saying things when he shouldn't be saying things, doing things when he shouldn't be doing things. He's basically a maverick type footballer. He can, when someone who's got a big personality can either destroy a changing room with your stupid personality or create a doggy fighting mentality. Do you know what I'm saying? He can go either way because he's a very strong character and he's a wildcat. And Man United, we used to have a lot of those players. We used to have the Eric Cantonas, who was like that. Rooney, who was like that. And at the moment, we don't have too many bastards, bro. We don't have too many guys who will just, leave a little elbow. Them sort of things. And I think Cunha will also do that. But, like I said, I don't know. Let's hope he also stays on the right side of the media and the right side of the manager and the players, because he can be a bit controversial, Cunha. He can be. I don't know. You tell me. Sir. What do you think? What's your opinion on the Cunha situation? Also, I'm assuming that you support Man United as well, by the way. Anyway, guys, it is half time. If we win this match now from this position, playing against 10 men, how do we analyze the game? Some people will be like, it doesn't matter, we won the game. Some people will be like, we only won because they went down to 10 men, right? The one thing that we forgot, getting into the final, is the fact that we beat both Lyon and Atletico Bilbao. We beat both teams after they went down to 10 men. Yes, we were beating Atletico Bilbao 1-0 before, but that penalty and going down to 10 men killed the game. And Lyon, they went down to 10 men and we scored about, three or four goals in a bounce after they went down to 10 men. So if we keep removing context, yeah, from all of these wins, from all of these results, yeah, we're not going to be able to analyze them properly. And the conclusions, yeah, that we arrive to, the conclusions that we get to, if we completely remove context, is what is that? Tottenham Liverpool. That yeah, that's old. That's but anyway, people. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'll be back in literally 2 minutes. Quickly, let me see what Sar's saying. Yeah, top signing for Man United, but I think a deadly striker should be the Man U priority, like Victor Osman. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like out of all the yeah, listen, talking about the strikers market, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen a poorer market in my life, bro, than the strikers market. Like I'm almost in I'm approaching my 40s now, yeah. So I grew up in a time where every football club had a top striker, bro. Like I grew up in a time where you had like France had David Trezeguet, Thierry Henry, like so many strikers. England had flipping Owen. England had Rooney. England had Jermaine Defoe. England had Andy Cole. England had so many strikers. Then you had flipping Shearer. And then Italy had Christian Vieri, Batistuta. Like, bro, like, it's Hernan Crespo, R9, Ronaldo, yeah? All of these strikers, yeah, were playing football at the same time. We had all of these top class, yeah, world class strikers all playing, yeah, football at the same time. And now when we look at football, yeah, you couldn't tell me, yeah, 10 world class strikers in football right now. You couldn't. You couldn't tell me 10 world class strikers. Tell me, everyone in the chat right now, tell me 10 world class strikers. Strikers. Like the world class footballers now are like the wide forwards rather than the out and out strikers. Like it's crazy now, yeah, that football's changed so much. I feel like we need more than goals. We need more than we want our strikers, yeah, to run around, to press, to do the maddest stuff. And I know some of these strikers that I've spoken about, like even Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, even the Brazilians, like Rivaldo, bro, it breaks my heart to look at the state of strikers now and to be like Osimhen is worth 100 million. Benjamin Sesko, Haaland, who can't even like control the ball. Haaland's a good finisher. Haaland can finish, but Haaland isn't a great footballer. All the strikers I mentioned to you could finish, and they were great footballers. You know how underrated Michael Owen was? Do you know how sick Michael Owen was in his prime? I don't think people understood, bruv. Like I keep saying, yeah, it pisses me off, yeah, that the state of football is atrocious. The quality, like, there is no top class strikers. Look at Real Madrid, right? Mbappe is their striker, bruv. Mbappe's not a striker. I said before Mbappe went to Real Madrid, yeah, that he's not a striker. He never will be a striker, bruv. He doesn't finish like a striker. You know when a striker's supposed to like chip a goalkeeper if the goalkeeper needs to be chipped. Lob him if he needs to be lobbed. Use his laces and smack it into the bottom corner if it needs to. Use your side foot. Mbappe's got one finish. And it's to wrap the ball. Wrap the ball. Like, he's not a striker. And I said to him many times, I don't want to get into what Mason Greenwood did. I want to keep that separate. As a footballer, as a striker, Mason Greenwood is one of the best strikers I've seen this football club produce. It is frightening what this kid is doing right now in football. This guy can use left foot, right foot, laces, instep, volley, chip, head the ball. This guy can do everything. Yeah, he went to, is it Getafe or wherever he went to first, smashed it. Now he's gone to Marseille. He's got over 20 goals. Like I said, I'm keeping what he did to the one side. I'm just talking about his football, right? Just his football. He's going to go to Real Madrid in about by next season, yeah. If Mason Greenwood is not playing for Real Madrid, slap me through the screen. Do it if you can, because he has. There's the quality of strikers is not out there, and he's arguably one of the best finishers out there in world football. But yeah, sorry, you just started me on a flipping tandem, man. You started me talking about. That's one thing I'm passionate about. The way that football has changed, the way that the requirements, yeah, of a footballer has changed. Wingers, yeah, could just be wingers. Ryan Giggs, yeah, didn't have to score 15 goals a season to be a winger. Ryan Giggs just needed to be a winger. Cross the ball and do his thing, right? Beckham, Robert Pires was probably the first winger for me in the Premier League that wanted to score 10 plus goals. I remember Robert Pires for Arsenal, right? And Wenger, listen, we owe a lot to Wenger, you know. I always say, listen, I can hate Arsenal all I like, yeah. But Arsene Wenger transformed football in this country in more ways, yeah, than people actually understand. From the basic 4-4-2, people crossing in the box, he taught us, he showed us a continental way of playing, keeping the ball on the ground. Bro, the players that he brought in, the black players he brought in, the French players he brought in. Like I said, Robert Pires, he's one of the first wingers, yeah, that rather than going outside and crossing the ball in, he stepped infield to shoot. We didn't really see that before with wingers coming infield. Pires was doing it. Overmars, bro. We had ballers back then, bro. Van Nistelrooy. We had strikers back then. Like I said, not just us. Like, don't forget, Defoe was playing for Portsmouth. We had Bent and them man there, yeah, could walk in any team right now. Darren Bent and all of them man there playing for this for meaty teams. We had people Tevez, Carlos Tevez playing for West Ham for like 2 seasons. Remember, on loan. My girl said Bebe, you know. Bro, you know what I'm saying? It hurts me now to see that the quality of strikers now is just it's dead. It's dead out there. And then the youngsters now that are growing up watching football, they're like, Haaland's a GOAT. All of these players are the GOAT. And you, as an older man who's seen certain footballers, you're like, no, bro. No. Go and sleep. Go back into your mommy's tummy. Start again. Because you were failed. I'm joking, I'm playing that. Respawn or something. Like, flip it. Like, Haaland is the GOAT. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But, hey, Oz. Yeah, we all, Oz is in the chat. Yo, loving Oz is in the chat. Big up yourself, Oz. Oz, does anything look familiar, Oz? Oz, does anything look familiar? Flipping heck. Arsene Wenger makes sense on this. Them strikers of the 90s, 2000s grew up on bad surfaces where the ball had to go up in the air to get forward, and the ball between CFs and CB. Bro, doing them ones, yeah, where I used to look at some of the footballers back then, even in the 80s, and I'm like, you're not that good. But now I understand. Like, if you're playing on a pitch here that's bubbling up and down, that's not even flat, the pitch isn't perfect yet, and you're still controlling the ball with a deft touch, you're still balling out, even on a crap pitch, it means you are a different level, bro. It means you are a different level. You're supremely talented, bro. That's why when these guys will come out, yeah, and they say, 20 for 37, who's coming off? Dalot? What? Who's coming off? The game's the second half's about to start, people. Dalot's been sub, bro. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, Oz, you're right. Wenger, the pitches were rubbish, and so you got to rate the ballers, yeah, who could play football with their bare foot, yeah. You got to rate them ballers, bro. You just have to. Nowadays, youth football is like senior football. Good pitches, technical instructions, passing quickly, and creating overloads in wide areas. Yeah, it's almost as if this has always been a case where I feel like in England, yeah, you get taught the game. You get taught how to play the game. and you get taught how to win the game before you get taught how to play football. You know the ones where it's like, do the shapes, do this, this is how you score. But in Spain, in Brazil, you're just at one with the ball. These guys are so technical that it's not about scoring goals in youth football and winning the game. It's about keeping the ball. It's about doing all of these other things. And I feel like it's just capitalism, isn't it? It's capitalism where you just feel like all you do is focus on the end goal, focus on the output. So output driven that we forget about the input, right? That's what it is. And this football right now is so stat driven. It's so stat mad. It's crazy. I like stats. I'm a numbers guy, but football is still a sport, which is, like I said, how do you add numbers and quantify a sport? Yeah, that's constantly moving. It's fluid. It's not 1v1. It's not a tennis match, or anything like that. It's 11 players against 11 players. Like XG and all these little stupid stats. Expected goals. Who determines if a goal's expected or not? Like, who there we go. Some of these stats don't mean anything. Assists, yeah. I grew up in an era, yeah, where an assist was literally David Beckham crossing the ball to Van Nistelrooy's head, and all Van Nistelrooy had to do was head the ball. Assist. Now, an assist, you give the ball to Amad Diallo. Amad Diallo beats two players, edge of the box, and slaps it in the top corner. The person who gave Amad the ball before he did all of that gets an assist. Now, that might be exaggerated, but you get my point. So the stats are irrelevant. I always tell people this. Listen, the best players that we've seen, yeah, some of the best players we have seen have shit stats, bro. Like Chelsea player, what's his name? Hazard. Eden Hazard, yeah, was by far Chelsea's best footballer, best player, right? Everything went through him. I don't think Eden Hazard had loads of assists. Hazard was the guy, yeah, who took 3 players with him, right? Took 3 players with him so other players can have space. He gave the ball to the attacking midfielder or whoever, and who fed the striker, and then Chelsea scored. So Hazard, yeah, in that move wouldn't get an assist stat. He wouldn't even get a key pass stat. He might get key dribbles, right? That's a stat that Hazard will get. And that wouldn't tell you the full picture. It wouldn't tell you the full picture. And I always tell people, listen, stats, yeah, should be used to reinforce what you've seen. It should not be used first and foremost. If you haven't watched the game and all you're doing is looking at a stat, throw yourself in the bin. Or basing your analysis on the stat, then throw yourself in the bin. All the stats should do is reinforce what you've seen. If you think Amad Diallo is the best player on the pitch, the stat will show that. You shouldn't use the stat first to see who the best player on the pitch was based on the stat. We use stats, yeah. Often, a lot of pundits, a lot of people who watch football, they use stats often because they don't know how to interpret football. They don't know what they're seeing. And the stats are final. Stats are numbers. So if you don't know what you're seeing and you can't interpret what you're seeing, you just fall back on the stats and say, well, the stats show that this person has the most assists. So this person, there we go. Oh, Hojlund scored, but VAR, no, the linesman got his flag up. I feel like stats have ruined football for me. There's a few things that I hate in football. I hate stats, not just stats, but the way they're used. A stat just shows what it shows. Assist stat shows an assist. Goal scoring stats shows goal scoring. The stat shows what the stat shows. What you denote from it is what you denote from it. What conclusions you arrive from it, that's fine. But I don't trust most people to come to the correct conclusion after seeing this data. Osman, you're an economics guy. So you know how to extrapolate data, how to make sense of data, you know? But anyway, I'm expecting Man United now. The second half has started. We're 5 minutes in the second half now, people. I'm expecting United to score, go on a score at least. Ahmad, don't shoot. Oof. Shot from Bruno. Yeah, but also Oz, because of the foreign influence in British football, the football has changed so much. It's changed so much. So even youth football has changed slightly as well. What's Saar saying? It's crazy how players shine when they leave Man United. They totally become different footballers, and Man United need to study why. I hear that. It's probably variable factors, right? Nothing's ever just one thing. It's probably a combination of reasons. First and foremost, I want to say that a Dogu on the left, oh, unlucky Dogu. You got to do better, Dogu. There we go. Yeah, Aston Villa pending. Yep, well done. Let's go. On the left hand side, Mount's got a ball to Bruno on the left hand side. Net Aston Villa's penalty box. Dogu on the left, going with give and go. And Mason Mount, give it. Oh, Mason Mount. Oh, this is what I'm saying. The way that Mason Mount fell over there and got bullied off the ball, I don't think Cunha in that left 10 is going to get bullied off the ball the same. I don't think so. 52 minutes gone, guys. Still 0-0. No chances been really created in the second half so far. Aston Villa are down to 10 men, so I do expect us to at least, start carving them open, start creating more opportunities. Anyway, back to what Saar was saying about Man United players leaving Man United and becoming better. First and foremost, the reason why we bought all of these players is because they were good, right? So I don't believe that they've left Man United and got better. Because Antony, for instance, is just playing how he was playing before he came to Man United, which was good, right? Scott McTominay, we haven't seen him away from Man United, so we've got no data to know how he plays away from Man United Football Club. But there is a combination of things. There is the media scrutiny that comes with playing for Man United that is just over the top. There's a fan base scrutiny, right? And all of those pressures that you don't have with other clubs. Oh, Casemiro. Oh, unlucky Cas. So there's all those pressures, right? And I've always told people, listen, psychology is one of the most important things in football. Like, loads of footballers are technically good, but some of the differences between the best footballers and average footballers is up here. And when you come to Man United, the media, the press, the fans, everything is amplified by 100. So that's one thing. And that's a very important thing. Playing with that mental freedom is important. Secondly, Man United, we're not good. We're not a good team. Our setup is not right. It's not good either. So coming in, settling into this sort of atmosphere is not good. Then you got to think of the football that's played in the Premier League. A lot of people say that the Premier League is the best league. I don't agree. I'll say it's very entertaining, but entertaining is that doesn't mean it's the best league. If it's entertaining, if all the Champions League winners, let's say if 70% of Champions League winners come from the Spanish league, does it? What's the best league? And I feel like the pace and the power of the Premier League means that a lot of technical players now who want to play a technical game can't play. They can't. Like, if Barcelona, right, was playing in this league, playing against all of these teams week in, week out, would they win this league? And if they don't win this league, would it mean that they're not the best team? It's not easy to arrive to some conclusions, bro. Like, because Barcelona could beat the best team in this league in a Champions League final. Let's say the best team in this league is Liverpool. Barcelona could beat them in a Champions League final. But would Barcelona win the league the way Liverpool have? Do you know what I'm saying? I do feel like the style of football. Oh, finish. Oh my gosh. Penalty or something. Give us a penalty for the. Wasn't Kobe fouled? Oh, Hojlund couldn't even control the ball. Listen, if Hojlund, yeah, if Hojlund is here, if Hojlund is here next season, I can't, I can't do it. I can't do it, bro. I can't do it. Also, patience. We don't have a lot of patience at Man United. We don't have a lot of patience for players to get used to the league and all of these things. So this, I reckon, it's a combination of many things why a lot of players leave Man United and look better. All right, corner to Aston Villa. As I was saying, so centre forwards doesn't go to war year after year, leaving you with the elite battlers and finishers who have been bred to make the difference. Finish. Oh, why did he again? Hojlund. Oh, Hojlund. Oh, Hojlund. Unlucky, bro. Like, unlucky, man. Unlucky, Hojlund. But I wish he was. Listen, if I try to talk about Hojlund and analyze Hojlund's game, I would be here forever. I'll be here forever. I wish Hojlund had more awareness around what's going on. Hojlund is a footballer to me, yeah, that doesn't have the big picture. He's very stare at his feet, look down. He's not aware of what's going on. He's not. He doesn't have the footballing IQ that you need to play for this football club. Come on, guys, we've got to beat this Villa team, bro. They're not. Villa have been atrocious today. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I know Villa have had better days, but today is not one of them. Villa have been absolutely terrible today. Yo, Kind FC, my bro. Big up your damn self, man. Last game of the season, man. Let's hope that we win this game. You know what I'm saying? Me here. Yeah, man. Yeah, garnacho. Him gone. Garnacho gone, man. Dash him away. Garnacho's not good, bro. Like, that's one thing I'm happy about. When I heard that Garnacho, yeah, was getting sold in January, I was happy. Yeah, I was glad, ecstatic. Coming and like Garnacho. I mean, I want the boy in my football club. I'm too selfish. I'm too greedy. Eat that boy. And his brother. Him and his brother. Hey, here we go. Here we go. Fish. Bang. Oh, more Cass. Oh, again, Cass. Keep it down, Cass. Keep it down. Bro, I've always disliked Casemiro. I mean, whoa, Garnacho. Let me be clear about Garnacho, bro. I'm gonna be so real on this channel. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I have issues, yeah. I'm always gonna I don't say I'm always gonna have issues. However, I will say it will take me a while, yeah, to be warm towards Argentinians, bro. Because of the history of the country, because I know, because of what I understand some people are like there. I know the Nazis fled there and they settled there. The history of the country and the racial issues within the country are diabolical, bro. Like the recent history, the whitewashing of the country, everything. And when I mostly meet an Argentinian in real life, in person, and speak to them and investigate, they usually say some weird racist stuff. Yeah. So I'm always gonna, not be the quickest, yeah, to love Argentinians, bro. Like, I'm not saying all Argentinians are like this and all of that stuff, but I'm saying I'm not gonna be very quick, yeah, to be like to show bare love to any random Argentinian, yeah. I knew this garnacho guy was an issue with the way he was acting towards CR7 and worshipping him. I knew this guy was an issue because he's not even 19. He wasn't even 19, yeah, and he was celebrating like he was a world class footballer. The way he celebrates is a bit too much, and I know arrogance, yeah, is important. I know people. Oh my lord, Haven is down, and Heaven's been injured at least twice this season already. Anyway, back to Garnacho. I know arrogance is something we look for in young footballers, and in this country they like to talk about arrogance is good. Arrogance is good. We love an arrogant footballer. Arrogant. Not with Garnacho. Not with a kid that's 19, 20. We don't need arrogance. He is not as good as he thinks he is. I think he's a footballer who thinks he's up here, but his talent is down there. We, as a football club, and this is what we do, and I hate our fans. I hate the Man United fan base, especially the match day going fans up in Manchester. Any footballer that looks like them, whether it's Bruno, Luke Shaw, Mason Mount, whoever it is, it doesn't matter how good you are, they worship you. I don't understand how Garnacho has done nothing in football, yet he has the fan base that he has. All he had to do, yeah, was attach himself to CR7, become a CR7 fanboy, put on those CR7 boxer shorts, and all of a sudden, about 25% of CR7 fans are now Garnacho fans. I feel like some players understand that to stay alive in football clubs, you don't need to be good, you just need to be loved. And if the fan base loves you, whether they love you because you look like them, you have the same comb over haircut. You know, everyone has all the white boys have that haircut now, that comb over sort of haircut. That's like that bow haircut. If you look like Garnacho, especially just young kids, all the young fans with Garnacho at the back, I'm like, how can you watch football, yeah, over the last 2 years and have Garnacho at the back of your shirt and not Ahmad? And not Ahmad. Handball. It doesn't make sense. So we, as a fan base, we create these monsters, bro. We inflate how good they are. The Brunos, the Garnachos, even the Rashfords, all these players, yeah, we put them on a pedestal to the point where they think they're some sort of, I don't know who they think they are, right? Wow, was that Bruno giving the ball again? Bruno just gave the ball away again. Like, everyone just look at the way that Bruno gave the ball away at the edge of the box there. Bruno. So yeah, we create all of these guys, and the reason why we create all these guys is because the fans don't understand football. The fans always want a hero, right? The fans don't understand that football is a team sport and it's 11 players. They're like, oh, Bruno and always Garnacho. They always want a hero. Man United fans, they love isolation football, where you isolate your defender one-on-one and you beat him. They don't like if Pep Guardiola came to Man United, right, just like Louis van Gaal tried to do and instill a new type of football where you just play the ball on the floor, you pass a move, and it takes 3 years to implement, and there's no isolation football. There's no winger standing someone up, beating them. There's always triangles. United fans would hate that kind of football. They would hate it. There we go. Oh, Watkins. Oh, my Lord. Watkins went so wide, bro. Offside. Yeah, we like a hero. So we create all of these monsters, all of these mongrels, yeah, that think they're better than they are. And when they start acting up, we start crying about it. Listen, we created Garnacho. We, as fans, as a football club, created that wretched monster. We did. At age of 19, he was playing 50 games a season. 19, he playing, and he wasn't even that good. Haven's coming off now for Johnny Evans. So Haven is injured again. I'm not gonna lie, guys. When I see a 19-year-old injured 2 or 3 times since we got him in January, it starts to worry me. But I have also said many times that the pace and the power and the athleticism that is needed now to play football is absolutely insane. Like, defenders have to run up and down, up and down. But defenders have to stay at the halfway line. Like, football now is, oh man, Hoyland. If we play against these 10 men, Aston Villa, yeah, for a whole 45 minutes, as well as the 5-10 minutes, the 5 minutes we played against 10 men in this first half, and still don't score a goal, what does that mean? Anyway, sorry, bro. Let me keep up with the chat, man. Kind of sees Scott had too much responsibilities at United. Conte just asked him to be a nuisance in a slower, less physical league and box crash. There you go, Kind FC. See? That's why I like your analysis of it, bro. Like, everyone who's left and is doing well because of different reasons. Right? So you can look at what's happened at Man United in order to see what's stopping them from doing well. And then you can look at the league to find out why they are doing well, if that makes sense. Bruno, left foot, unlucky. And Scott McTominay, yeah, for me, when he was playing for Man United, he was played as a DM. And for some reason, if you're big and you're tall, I used to think it's a race thing. Because when we tried to play Pogba as a DM, I was like, bro, if Pogba was 5'3" with the same technical attributes he has, you wouldn't think he's a DM. You think he's a box to box. You think he's an attacking player. But because he's big, tall, and strong, you play him as a DM. Every single one of Pogba's attributes are attacking. He's not a defender. He doesn't tackle. He just because he's big. And same thing with Scott, right? When we had Scott, we played Scott in a double pivot with Fred, right? Now, Scott is asked to not have that much responsibilities, as Kind of C has said. And now Scott is just box crashing. And we've always said, yeah, Scott, when he comes to shooting and the way Scott McTominay connects with the ball, he has a good shooting technique. Scott McTominay was an attacking midfielder in the youth team for Manchester United, right? As a box crasher, he's okay. He's a less technical version of Lampard. He can't pass like Lampard and and do other things like Lampard, but he can box crash like Lampard. And that's what he's done. He's had a great season for Napoli and he's about to win the league. You know, Antony, great season with Real Betis. Oh, Bruno. It's just Bruno shooting. 70 minutes almost. And he's 70 minutes. He's had about 10 shots now, Bruno. And I feel like his shots are just going further and further away from the goal. Anyway, Ilsar, I'm back. What did I miss? Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. We've huffing and puffing like the three bad wolves. Like, three bad wolves? That's wrong. They're like the little bears and the wolf. Like, we've got all the ball, all the possession, but we've had opportunities, bro, to score, but we're just not taking them. I do feel like the goal is coming though. Don't shoot. Oh man. Yeah. Like I said, you haven't missed much, but yeah, still 0-0. We're moving the ball all right, but you know what's funny? I feel like now that they've got 10 men, we're not moving the ball as well as we did in the first half. Look at Bruno just walking with the ball. Oh, they take. Do you know what I can't stand? Yeah, I can't stand it when a player stands still and start walking with the ball and then they pass it. It just drives me. I'm like, bro, why are you just walking?
Kind of.
Oh man, Sar. This is see what I'm saying? This is the only game today in this league without a goal, bro. And it had to be our game. It had to be, didn't it? It had to be our game. The score, you fucking. Oh, it's getting me. I don't want to curse, bro. You know the ones where I'm like, I don't care, but I do. I'm a Man United fan, bro. No matter how many times I say I don't care, the league is done. I'm not bothered. I always get sucked in. I always get sucked in. I still get pissed off.
Liverpool's still losing.
Liverpool are losing, bro. Liverpool are not serious, man. They're trying to make people lose their monies. Anyone who's bet on Liverpool to win their games, win their last few games after winning the league, bro, you're just losing money, bro. Since they've won the league, yeah, Liverpool are like, nah, fuck it, we're done now. Oh my gosh, bro. You know.
Tottenham are losing.
Huh? What's happening here? What?
No.
What is happening here?
It's offside. It's offside.
What is going on? I'm confused. What?
No. It slipped.
I'm not gonna lie, it does look like he does have both hands, but he's not. He hasn't caught it firm. It's not. What's happening here, bro? I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm watching this unfold, yeah, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say. I'm done with both our goalkeepers. I'm done with goalkeeping. I'm done. What is? So they're saying that the referee blew his whistle anyway. So if the referee blown his whistle anyway and everyone stopped, then VAR is irrelevant, right?
Yeah, you don't need it.
So why are we looking at VAR? So why is VAR still checking if the referee's blown his whistle? Because at the end of the day, yeah, the referee's blown a whistle and all our players have stopped. Oh my gosh, bro. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. If we lose this game, yeah, playing against this 10 men, bro, I'm ready to throw all these players in the bin. Like all of these players, yeah, apart from Ahmad and Lenny Euro and Dorgu because he's only just come, and like Haven and whatnot. Most of these players can go and get thrown in the bin. I'm not gonna Dorgu. Oh my gosh. Oh my lord. Arsenal draw into Southampton, bro. People just. Oh, what is this, bro? Oh my lord. You know what is it? I knew, yeah. You know, the last game of the season, there's always gonna be some fuckeries.
Yeah.
The last game of the season, there's always gonna be some people hungover, some people don't care, some people care. last game of the season and the first game of the season are always games. Yeah, if you want to make some money, like if you want to do some crazy bets, yeah, do that, bro, because you don't know what the hell's gonna happen. Green. Oh, let me see what kind of see. With Antony, the Spanish ground game and compactness in possession suits him more. Yeah, yes. Kind of see, I hear that. That makes sense. I thought, yeah, we were gonna play more that kind of football. I thought, yeah, we brought Antony in to play a more possession-based football. But this manager brought Antony in, right? Ten Hag, by the way, brought Antony in and wanted to play kick and run, counter-attacking, transition football. And I'm like, bro, you know Antony, and Sancho. These guys are not that kind of guys. They're not pace and power guys. They are keep the ball, keep it tight, keep possession, recycle the ball. There we go. Amad Diallo, my guy. Ooh. The best baller on the pitch. Yeah? The best baller on the pitch. You youngsters, take the garnacho off the back of your shirt. Take off the... I know they look like you, but they're shit. Have Ahmad at the back of your shirt, or I'm coming around like the boogeyman and I'm slapping the garnacho off the... I'm joking. Well done, Ahmad. Well done. And it's interesting. The smallest guy on the pitch, yeah? The smallest guy on the pitch is scoring headers, bruv. Onside as well. Look at this header. Look at this. Beautiful header. Oh, my guy. My guy. When I say I like tech, yeah, he's one of the few ballers, yeah, on the pitch that has the tech that I like. That Martial tech. That dribbling. That close control. That silkiness, bruv. What a finish with his head. Well done, Ahmad. Great goal. Great goal. Look at Ahmad. Oh, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. In the fine words of Eddie Murphy, beautiful, Lillian. Beautiful. Beautiful. No, Emery's look at Emery's animated, boy. Look at Emery. Yeah, man, let's score another goal, man. You know? The fans deserve it, man. After the season that we've had, bro, you guys have been absolutely dog doo-doo, bro. Half of you, man, need to get sold yesterday. Anyway, what's kind of C saying? What's my guy saying? Greenwood was on his way out United, but then he went... yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie, yeah. Kind of C. The Greenwood thing is a mad, bro. Like I said, I'm gonna stay away from the politics of Greenwood, yeah, and stick to the football of Greenwood. And I'm gonna say that you remember the season, yeah, Greenwood, Martial, Rashford, our front three, yeah. And I was saying, listen, if this is our front three for the next 2 or 3 years, we are good, because the way that these three played, I said we're only gonna get better. And then when Cristiano Ronaldo became available, when Cavani became available, we got them. And I thought, cool, we needed a striker because Martial, yeah, was injured a lot. Cool. But then we disrupted that front three to Cavani's, the Ronaldos. Then we got Sancho, and we promised Sancho the number 7 shirt. I thought, cool, we got Sancho. We can play Sancho on the right, Mason down the middle, and Rashford down the left. Then we got, bro, the whole recruitment, yeah. You know, when you think long term, you're supposed to think long term. What's the point of getting Sancho, and then a year later get Antony? Then, bro, the planning, yeah, and the strategy, I need to speak to the recruitment team and speak what were they planning. Then we got Ronaldo, and it's like we got Ronaldo because Ronaldo became available. Listen, I don't care if he's available, bro. Does he fit into what we're trying to do? Yes or no? I'm one of the very few, I won't say very few, because a lot of fans didn't want him, but I did not want CR7. CR7 was washed. He couldn't hack the pace and power of the league. That we had to basically make the whole team around him. We had to build a whole team around him. And I'm like, bro, he's not going to do it in the Premier League, bro. So I was against CR7, and that signing just messed up so much. Not just that signing, so many other signings, bro. So I'm sad about I'm sad about Mason Greenwood, bro. I'm sad he did what he did. I'm sad he had the issues he had. And I'm sad that we lost a baller that could have homegrown baller that he should be leading our front line for the next 10 years. 10 years he should be our main striker. And because we didn't have Greenwood, we've had to spend 72 million on Hojlund. We're probably going to spend another 40 million on dalot. And neither of them are anywhere near Greenwood. That's what upsets me, bro. It upsets me because there are not a lot of world-class strikers in the world. And Mason is going to be one of them. He is going to be one of them, if not already. Because if people are looking at man like Sesko and all these guys, Mason scored 20 goals this season for Marseille. So maybe Antony should be given a chance next season. That guy is a baller. I'm not gonna lie, Oh. Eriksen with a free kick hitting the bar. I'm not gonna lie, I think Antony. Do you know what angered me? Okay, this is what angered me about Ruben Amorim. It's the fact that we had Antony, right? And whenever Antony played right wing back, whenever he brought on Antony as right wing back to play with Ahmad in the 10 early this season, we saw techers. We saw they played well together. The one touch football. We weren't playing that well as a team, but those two on that side, whenever Antony played, it was phenomenal, right? And loads of fans kept saying, why isn't this manager playing Antony more? And we realised the reason why he's not playing Antony as wing back more is because he'd rather play defenders there. He'd rather play Dalot and Mazraoui. He's a very negative manager. This system has to have attacking players as wing back. But he only played Antony for like 45 minutes if we needed to score a goal. Now think about that. You bring on Antony if we need to score a goal, which means he is the attacking player that you need. But he never played Antony. I think Antony not playing and Antony eventually being sold, I think that's a club decision. I feel like it must be. I refuse to believe it's like, yes, it's also the manager's decision, but I feel like United want the money. I feel like we want the money. Right now, I reckon Man United will sell Bruno if they could. I feel like right now it's all about getting money for players and rebuilding. So I preferred Antony to stay. Oh, unlucky Eriksen. I preferred Antony to stay, but we spent 80 million pounds on him. I know he's on about 200 grand or something, or 150. And if we get 30, 40 million pounds for him, that's fine. I think we're going to try to get Antony out. I think so. But, sir, I'm with you, though. I'm with you. If we can get a tune out of Antony, if we can play Antony at right wing back and play Ahmad as a 10, and Antony's fine with that, then keep him. But I don't think that's going to happen. I'm not going to lie. And plus, I'm not going to lie, I don't think most fans, despite the fact that Antony's playing well right now, I don't think most fans want him back. I'm not going to lie, I don't think they do. So, it is what it is, man. Ahmad is the guy. You say it. Alhamdulillah.
The one that's making me like was kind of said he's the couscous
Who?
Turkish goalkeeper, the couscous.
Bro, kind of see is crazy, though.
I approve of that. It's funny.
I never even saw that comment. Man called buying there the couscous onana, That is funny, bro. That is mad, The couscous onana, bro. That might have to be tweeted, I swear, bro. So
that that was put on a t-shirt.
the couscous onani, Oh, that's nice.
Sal's comment is interesting.
The couscous onana. The hummus onana. Oh, penalty. There we go. Villa were in Champions League spot before the goal, but now they are heading to Europa League. I saw. So that's why we have Emre, who's so animated. Emre is angry right now. Yeah, foul. He stamped on Ahmad's heel. 85 minutes gone. Penalty. Probably 2-0. Do you know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Aston Villa were in the Champions League this year, right? Yeah, of course they were. They played PSG. Yeah, man. You had your 1 year, man. You've had your chance to show what you can do. You know, to push England, to represent English football, and to be fair, they reached further than Liverpool did.
Yeah, reach further than Arsenal.
Yeah. Put Chelsea back in the Champions League now. Let's see what Chelsea can do in Champions League. So it will be Chelsea, I think Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, and maybe Newcastle.
Newcastle losing.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah. Let Ahmad take it. I'm tired of the fact that Bruno gets loads of goals and assists, yeah, because he's on every set piece. He takes almost every corner and every penalty. And then people are like, "Oh my God, he's the best." Liverpool have equalised.
Arsenal 2-1.
Arsenal winning 2-1.
Newcastle losing, Aston Villa losing, Nottingham Forest losing. So Newcastle is out of the top 4 if this carries on.
So who's in the top 4 then? So Newcastle are out.
City, Chelsea on top 4 right now.
All right, Liverpool, Arsenal. So.
I don't know if you can see.
Eriksen went straight down the middle. I think Eriksen's definitely gone because Eriksen's contract runs up this season. So this is his last game for Man United, Eriksen. I think there's another 1 or 2 contracts that are running up, I believe. So people at Lindelof will have to go. I want a mass clear out of Manchester United Football Club this summer. That's what I need, a mass clear out. Wow, Everton's beating Newcastle, man. Flipping heck.
Yeah, and even if Newcastle get a goal, they're not going to go above Chelsea. So it's they're out of the top 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, this game, yeah, guys, we've dominated from start to finish. When's the last time, yeah, we watched it? When's the last time we dominated a game from start to finish and won? Like I said, we have to talk about the fact that we scored our goals when they went down to 10 men. And when it was 11 against 11, we didn't score. However, contextualize that by saying that we did create some good chances against 11 men and we probably should have scored against 11 men. So we got to contextualize that also. In the end, you only can beat what's in front of you. And this Villa side were a side that was supposed to be pushing for Champions League football, right? All they had to do, yeah, because look at all the results that's happened so far. So if they drew this match, just got 1 point, they might have finished in top 5 because Newcastle have lost, right? Yeah. So I've enjoyed this performance. Like, it's one of them performances where I've interacted with the chat. Oh my gosh. What the hell are we doing, man? I've interacted with the chat while watching the game and analysing the game at the same time. There's been enough in the game to entertain me and enough good conversation. Really good conversations in the chat today. Like, we're talking proper football in the chat right now. So Unpopular opinion: Greenwood doesn't do what he did if United was better run. He would know respect. He would know boundaries. The owner's attitudes infect the entire company and mentality of the people. Hmm. I do you know. Yeah, I've thought about that, and I think I've said this on my channel. I've said, bro, like when Greenwood was doing them things, yeah, he was 17, yeah, and he's under the age of 18, which means technically he's a child, right? And it also means he would have started doing them things when he was probably 15, 14. Like them ages, yeah, especially under Ollie, because these are the times that Ollie was manager, yeah. The club needed to just have a grips of that. The club needed to, because as a parent, you also drop your child off, yeah, to the club, and the club has some safeguarding responsibilities and all of these things. So not only because I think Greenwood's home life is not the greatest, yeah, which means the club really looked after him. And I feel like all of this is spoken about what Greenwood did and blah blah blah, but no one's talking about the responsibility of the football club and how the club failed him. Wow, Binder saved it. And so yeah, I agree with you, Cultistic. I do fully agree. Um, it's a shame. It's a shame anyway. Like I keep saying, it's a shame that it will always be held against him. Like him and his girlfriend could get married tomorrow. They are married already. They're married. They could have 100 kids. And what he did at 17 years old will now follow him for the rest of his life. He could change as a man. By the age of 23, he could be like, wow, I can't believe I was that person that did that thing. I can't believe it, but it doesn't matter. It will just follow him. And the interesting thing, the people that will still hold it against him are probably people that might do certain things themselves. Hypocrites. Act like they really care about DV and DA, where but they don't really. Anyway. Oh, oh snap! Ericsson must be pissed. Left Tottenham to lose to Tottenham and miss out on winning a cup for the first time. I mean, to be fair, Ericsson can't be that pissed because he won the FA Cup last year. He won the Carling Cup the year before. But I hear what you're saying though. His time at United hasn't been. I mean, he went to Brentford after leaving Tottenham. Yeah, Brentford. Celtistic, I agree. Discipline was too lax under Ollie and the hierarchy in general. Emery will probably win the Europa again. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wouldn't put it past him to win the Europa League with Aston Villa. I think the Europa League probably better suits him anyway. Or suits this team. I don't know if it suits Emery, but Aston Villa in Champions League still sounds weird, man. Still sounds weird. Bruno, you got to lift it, bro. Bruno, you got to lift it. Oh, it's a foul, Cass. CASEMIRO makes me laugh, bro. I'm like, Cass, you're never going to get that ball from that position, bro. Oh, oh yeah, of course, Spurs are also in the Champions League. So, kind of see. So it's not the top five then. It's top four and Spurs. Oh, where was I here in top five? Well done, Casemiro. Oh, Bayern. Listen, anyone who says Anana, yeah, should get replaced by Bayern there, just needs to go and read kind of C's comment, bro. Like Bayern there, Bayern there is a couscous Onanas. Bro, you gotta flip it. You gotta trademark your shit, kind of see. You gotta trademark your shit because I'm gonna take that. Yeah. Oh shoot, Diallo. I'm mad. Oh, that's so silly. Oh, almost game's almost done, people. Season's almost done. 2-0. Yep, sir. We are good now, bro. The game's 4 minutes left of added time. We can start talking about more things, man, because we can start talking about the bigger picture now as soon as the game is done. Because there's so much, bro. There's so much to get into, man. I need to start doing shows. Oh, next season I'm gonna start doing shows as well.
Tell me about Liverpool going Arsenal going.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do hopefully next season start doing shows with other content creators. You know, split screen shows. So yeah, just expanding the channel, expanding what we do rather than just do watch-alongs. Spurs, yeah, Casemiro should go. About Casemiro. Oh, this is my thing about Casemiro, I will say this about Casemiro. It's interesting how both Ten Hag and this manager, Amrim, have tried, to freeze him out, and they've both been forced to bring him back in. And I'm a fan of Casemiro. This is my one issue with Casemiro, which will probably be your issue. I hope, is his lack of legs. He is unlucky, Evans. He's not mobile enough for the Premier League, and he's not quick enough over the ground. That is almost 80%, of his issue. That's it. In a double pivot, where it's compact and he's sitting deep with Eriksen, whoever it might be, he is great. However, in the system and the way that we want to play, we want to play on the front foot. We want to go man for man pressing, and we want to press in their half. If you can easily beat Casemiro, just drop a shoulder, beat Casemiro, and you've gone past him. That is his problem, and that for him. His lack of legs is a small problem for him, but a big problem for Man United in that middle of the park. So to conclude, I agree that we need. If we had a younger Casemiro, the same footballer, just with electric pace and legs for days, cover the ground, beautiful. But we don't. So in that sense, I think if we can get some nice monies, from the Arabs, for him, then good. We need to get rid of him. But I can see Casemiro staying if we don't get money, and maybe being frozen out. But we need somebody. Oh my Lord, Bruno.
You're right, Daniel. It is top five are going into champs this year. We've added new teams. Next year's gonna be different.
Yeah, Cas. Yeah, I feel like we've tried to upgrade from Cas a few times, and from when Casemiro, the match is done. Match has ended. Final whistle has gone. Man United have ended the game 2-0 winners, and rightfully so. I think we deserved the win. Regardless of whether Aston Villa went down to 10 men or not, we were bopping them. We were outplaying them, outpassing them from the first minute all the way to the last minute. One of the most convincing home results we've had this season. We've lost 18 games this season, right? This has been the worst season we've had, and today we actually looked like the home team. We played like the home team, and we were the better team. There's a lot to get into. There's a lot for me to talk about. I'm going to do a match reaction as well to be clipped up. But today, very content. I tipped Aston Villa to win this game. I think, I tipped Villa to win this game. So the fact that United have won it surprised me. But why am I surprised? As a Man United fan, why should I feel surprised that Man United won a home game against Aston Villa? That shows how far we have fallen this season. Under this regime, under the Glazers, how far we have declined, and how badly we have been under this manager. Listen, if I was here for 2 hours, I could easily fill the 2 hours yeah, with my thoughts about Man United this season. Very easily. With you guys' help as well in the comment section. Very easily. We can talk about Garnacho for all day. We can talk about Bruno all day. We can talk about Hojlund. We can talk about there's so many things we can talk about. Ineos, the Glazers. We do you know what it is, yeah? We forget, yeah, that the Glazers are still here. Because all I hear is Ineos, Ineos, Ineos. And I'm like, hold on a second. Ineos own 25% of the club, bruv. Like the club is still owned by the Glazers. What we doing here? Like, we've forgotten so much. And if United fans are serious about this football club, they need to do something. Like, I expected some sort of walkout. I expected the fans not to sing people's names, but the fans in the stadium are just singing people's songs, singing people's names. If this was Real Madrid right now, yeah, or any serious club, these players will be booed at the building. The fans. You know what's funny? When the manager came here, and after about 2 or 3 weeks, yeah, the fans started singing a song, yeah. They started singing the manager's name in a song. And I think the manager, Amrim, came out after just 2 or 3 weeks. They asked him, how do you feel about the fact that they're singing your name? And he said, I don't like them singing my name. I haven't done anything yet. I've literally just come and already they're worshipping me. What is that about? I don't understand that. And that is our fan base, bro. The blind loyalty that we all need to have for every player, except, you know, maybe some of the black players or something, or every manager, without them having to do anything. The fact that they worship Garnacho without Garnacho having to do anything. Like, these things always frustrate me. The standards are so far that you can walk in, do off a little fart, you know, pass wind, and they smell it and they'll be like, this smells like roses. That's what these Man United fans will do, bro. Not me and not on this channel, bro. We analyze stuff, we talk about things, and we hold people to accountable, even if it makes us feel uncomfortable. Listen, analyzing and assessing Onana and saying Onana is not good enough, it made me feel uncomfortable as hell, bro. And the reason why it made me feel uncomfortable is because of the talk about there's no such thing as a good black goalkeeper. As a black man, to hear that bullshit, bro, and then to see Onana fail at this club, bruv, the thing, it makes me feel uncomfortable, but I got to call it out. Onana hasn't been good enough. Yeah, at this club, he has made a bit too many mistakes. And I know a lot of people want to blame him for things that they shouldn't be blaming him for, but I have now reached a place where Onana needs to be changed. We need a better goalkeeper. Forget all the other things, yeah, that's stopping me from criticizing him. We need a better goalkeeper. End of story. Yeah, so we need to get to a place here where, as a fan base, yeah, we can. That's why I always say what you see, not how you feel. Because our feelings stops us from seeing things objectively. It always will. So yeah, what's going to happen next season? Jesus, that is the question. That is the number one question. Out of all the seasons we've had, this has to be the summer, yeah, of mass transformation, bro. I know it sounds like you're in a seminar right now. You know, when you're in a seminar, sound like some seminar speech. This has to be summer of mass transformation, bro. It has to be. Because if the only teams below us are teams that are getting relegated, what does it mean? It means we're the worst teams in the Premier League. We're the worst team in the Premier League. Right? That's what it means. So, boy, there's a lot, bro. There's a lot. Let me see some comments before I do my match reaction. Cash should probably go, but I feel like United didn't appreciate him and his expertise. He's won championships. He's won loads of stuff, Cass. But he did mess up a few times. Yeah, they messed up with Casemiro, yeah, when Ten Hag wanted to play that 3-1-6 and he put Casemiro in the midfield by himself, yeah. I was like, oh my Lord, I don't understand what sort of formation this is, bro. Every team, yeah, every serious team plays with a midfield 3, and the reason why they play in the midfield 3 because they want to compact the midfield. You can't play without compacting the midfield. Ten Hag tried to play Casemiro in the midfield by himself and told Bruno and Mount to just 6 players up front, bro. Casemiro drowned, yeah, and everyone kept saying sell Casemiro, sell Casemiro. I said, it's not Casemiro, bro. No matter who you put in that system, no matter who you put there, they're not going to survive in that system. Can't you see? And what happens? We put Kobe there. We put all these players there and it just didn't work. Then he changed the system and he brought CASEMIRO back. And towards the end of the season, what happened? He also dropped hojlund. Ten Hag dropped hojlund. People forget hojlund was dropped the last 2 or 3 games in the season for Scott McTominay to play false 9 in the FA Cup final. When it mattered, yeah, Ten Hag knew that hojlund was shit and he had to drop him. This manager is playing hojlund every game, even when he doesn't have to, even when he has Zirkzee. That's concerning. Those are the kind of things that makes me feel like I need this manager to leave. But then again, he shows me something that makes me feel like, maybe give him a summer transfer window, since every other manager has had a summer transfer window. So there's 2 things that are happening. I don't think he's doing enough with what he has, which makes me feel like if I give him, why should he get a transfer window when he's not doing enough with what he has? While at the same time, I'm also thinking everyone gets a transfer window. Like, how can I fully assess him if he doesn't get his own players? Then I'm also like, we don't get managers specific players anymore. We're done doing that. We sign players for the club because managers will come and go. So anyone out there who's saying he doesn't have his own players, what if we give him all of his players like we've done all the other managers and spending £85 million on Antony, £70 million on hojlund, give him his players, and then another manager comes in with a whole different system and we have to replace him again? I don't know about getting him his own specific players. And if a manager needs specific players, yeah, to play his system, and he can't adapt, then is he a good manager? All of these things, bro. All of these things we've got to think about for the summer and going forward with this coach. But anyway, quickly, I don't mind Cass, but we would need to be better at keeping the ball ahead of him and a mobile partner beside him. Yeah, Cass is somebody I feel like you play when you know you've got most of the ball, like you said. The problem with both Cass and Ugarte is that both of those midfielders are good when they've got something else beside them. Like, Cass is good when he's got XY beside him. Ugarte is good if he has XY beside him. What I need is a midfielder who can do what Ugarte, because that's what we need now. Do what Ugarte is doing, as in have the legs of Ugarte and the defensive awareness of CASEMIRO, while still being decent at passing the ball forward like Cass can or like Bruno can. We need like more Edison sort of type midfielder. That's what we need. I feel like football's changed where you can't just have a Kante just to defend as a midfielder. Your midfielder needs to be able to do so much now, so much more now than just a specialist DM who just defends, then a specialist this and a specialist that. I feel like it's hard to fill your team with specialists these days. You know? So yeah, sorry about that, guys. What's it called? If Cass takes a pay cut and reduced playing time, I'm shipping out man before. Yeah, bro. I'm with you, kind of. See, like CASEMIRO has shown, these 3 years that no matter how many times you try to throw man to the side, his quality shines, bro. And like I said, his main issue is his legs, bro. It's his legs, man. He cannot. I've seen people just run past him, and you have to bring players down and foul players also. So yeah, let's do match reaction for like 5-10 minutes while you do what you're doing, and yeah. Manchester United have beaten Aston Villa 2-0 today in what is the final game of the season. And surprisingly, we actually played well today. In fact, surprisingly, we dominated the game from start to finish. And when's the last time any Manchester United fan watched a game of football where Man United played at Old Trafford, played at home against a team above us, fighting for Champions League football, and we can say that from the first whistle to the last whistle, we dominated them. Listen, a lot has happened over the past week, over the past year, and there's a lot to get into. And we won't get into all of it in this match reaction. But specifically about today's game, as a Man United fan, does it make you more optimistic for the future? How does it make you feel knowing that we turned it on today, and today against Aston Villa, we totally dominated them? Does it make you feel more optimistic for the next season, for the summer that we're about to have? Are you Amram in or Amram out? Does a win today change anything? I want to, just let me know. Let me know. Because I've always said we need to contextualize things at this football club. Against Tottenham, we were actually the better team against Tottenham. We lost the game, but we were the better team. Against Aston Villa, we were the better team and we won the game. We didn't create too many chances against Tottenham, but how many chances did Tottenham create against us? They scored a very jammy, fluky goal. So if we contextualize the Tottenham loss, listen, it burns me, it hurts me to lose to Tottenham. It does, and we shouldn't be losing to Tottenham. But if you contextualize it, are you going to give the manager more time? Are you Amram out? Should he at least get a transfer window, a summer? Or are you going to say that he hasn't done enough with the players that he has, so why does he deserve a transfer window? Today, he started Hojlund. Now, one of the things that I'm always negative about and I always hold him to is the fact that Hojlund isn't good enough. I don't care if he fits the mold of striker that you want, dynamic striker that runs in behind, and if he fits that mold, fine. He's the profile that you like, the Gorkes profile, but he's not good. So I'd rather you say, cool, Zirkzee might not be the profile that I like, but Zirkzee's better. He holds the ball up, you bring others into play him. I hope Zirkzee's getting a rest or he's injured or whatever it is, because he was in the stands with Ligt. But the fact this manager keeps playing Hojlund, even when Zirkzee was fit, is a concern to me. The game today, apart from Bruno, in my opinion, he gave the ball away a bit too much. He still had a decent game, Bruno. There are not many players who really had a bad game today. And even though Bruno gave the ball away a bit, Bruno didn't have a bad game. He had a decent game. You know, Mason Mount, I don't think Mason Mount had a great game today. That's another concern. Another concern of me is every manager seems to like Mason Mount. And the fan base, we don't like Mason Mount. Mason Mount wears a number 7 shirt. He's been injured for the last 3 years. And I don't like Garnacho, right, as a footballer. But one thing I will agree with is, how the hell is this guy not played any games and just plays the final? I think I would rather start Garnacho in the final than Mason Mount. I honestly would. I honestly would. So today, there's not a lot to analyse today, really, in my opinion. Aston Villa, Martinez, I have no idea what this goalkeeper was doing, but thank you for that clothesline, for that hit barge. Listen, he took Hojlund out, bro. I thought Hojlund was knocked out for was going to be knocked out for 2 weeks. He finished him. And that's the goalkeeper, apparently, that we want, right? At this football club. Listen, I think Onana does need to be replaced. I don't know if Martinez is the goalkeeper to replace him with. If you disagree, let me know. Comment below. Ahmad, good game today. Ahmad was better today. When Ahmad gets doubled up on, he often also gets out-muscled. He's small in stature, so it's never really a good thing. I think Cunha, if or when he comes in and he takes that left 10 position, because of his natural strength on the ball, he's quite strong on the ball. I hope that we will be stronger going forward. I think we're very lightweight going forward. Hojlund always on the floor, always backing up into players like he's whining in the club, always eating grass, always on the floor. Ahmad, for a small diminutive guy, doesn't get his henched out as much, but he's often on the floor getting fouled. Garnacho, always getting pushed around. If we can get 10s, even Mason Mount gets pushed around. If we can get 10s that can go toe-to-toe with defenders for strength, amazing, amazing. I think one of the issues we have is that we often get bullied by big defenders in the final third. Bullied. We've got the technical ability to maybe to make some triangles, But often when we get to the box, our players are getting pushed down to the ground. I don't think Cunha is that kind of footballer. I think Cunha will push you to the ground before you push him to the ground. So, you know what I'm saying? The starting lineup, like I said, apart from Hojlund, got no issues with. This is the last game of the season, and we managed to turn it on for the fans. Now, you could say that we wouldn't have won if Aston Villa didn't go down to 10 men. I disagree. I think we created enough chances in the first half before they went down to 10 men to win the game. We hit the post. Dalot hit the post. I know Bruno had a few shots. Ahmad, I think, had a shot. We had a few opportunities to score, and we didn't take them. Second half, of course, they went down to 10 men in the first half. In the second half, we played against 10 men, and we scored our 2 goals. Could have been 3, could have been 4. Goal scored is an issue for us, and that's something that we do need to look at in the summer. All in all, I can't really complain in the final game of the season. I will talk more about the season as a whole, because even in this analysis, I'm going between analysing the match and analysing the season. I'm going in between, but I'm going to do more videos where I take a deep dive into this season and analyse in depth what really has gone wrong, the manager's system, the players, the league, the Europa League. We need to have a deep look and a deep conversation about what we have to do as a football club going forward. Now, it seems that the manager is keeping his job. Comment below whether you think that should happen. I'm 50-50 now with the manager. Before, I was 52-48. 52, keep him. 48, let him go. After this week, what I've seen from him, and what he said about, if you want me to go, then I will go. And all of these things, I'm like, after the Tottenham defeat, I am now 50-50. If Man United announced that he's gone, I would be like, cool, get Thomas Frank in now. I need people with Premier League experience who know the league, who are not going to take 3 years to understand the league. I need someone like Thomas Frank. At the same time, if Man United say we're going to keep him, which I see is, it looks like that's going to happen. It looks like Man United will keep this manager. Cool. Give him some good players. Take away a lot of this crap. Lindelof, Hojlund. Listen, if we can get good money for Bruno and we've got a good replacement lined up, sell Bruno. I feel like even if Bruno is a decent player for us, for this to be a rebuild, a fresh start, I think Bruno, the person who's the centre, who's the captain, the person who's led us for the last 3 or 4 years, at least maybe 5 years, he needs to go. He does. Mason Mount, we can't get rid of him, but he should be going. Garnacho, gone. Yeah. These are the players that definitely, in my opinion, need to go. So, all in all I can say is decent victory, good win. But this summer is the most crucial summer in Manchester United's recent history. Because I always got to remind people that as much as we improve and we sign players, other clubs are signing players too. So if we improve by 10% and another club improves by 20%, then that's a negative 10%. We've actually gone backwards. So we need to get this right this summer, or otherwise we are in trouble as a football club. We're already in trouble as a football club. This is the worst we've ever been. Financially, without Champions League money, without Europa League money, without all of this money coming in, all of the cuts that have happened so far by Ineos, all the staff cuts that don't really amount to much. I mean, firing 100 staff to save £1 million, that £1 million is like one player's wages for like 2 months. So the players are the problem. And then that's why I feel like the likes of Antony and Sancho will probably go if we can get money for them, because they're on about 150, 200 grand a week in wages. And they will be replaced by players on cheaper wages, for sure. So, to summarize, good game. Not the best game, but we kept the ball well, moved the ball well. Runners off the ball, overlaps underlaps, players moving around in different positions. I saw one-touch football in the final third. We played decently against an Aston Villa side who are fighting for Champions League football. So if this manager can build on that performance today, if he can build on that, add 4 or 5 quality players, even in Bremo or something like that, then I believe this team can go from 17th to top 8 next season. I've seen it done. I've seen Chelsea go from 12th to top 4. I've seen Nottingham Forest go from second half of the league to think where they're now 6th or something. So we've seen it. It can be done, guys. So let me know what you guys think of the game as a whole. Are you optimistic for the future? What do you think of the season so far that we've had this season? Ruben Amorim, Ineos. Let's comment below, guys. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel if you want to have deep, in-depth football talk. No nonsense talk about biases and I hate this player and all this thing. Just football talk. Just pure, fresh love of this damn sport. This sport that gets us crying, gets us angry, gets us mad. This stupid sport that we all love so much. Just football talk, bro. Yeah? So, yeah. Big up yourselves, people. I want to cut it before I start saying this thing. Oh, man. We're still live, people. What are people saying, man? There's a poll up as well. If you guys can take part, as usual, a little friendly, funny poll, but also quite serious. What does next season look like, man? That's now going to be the conversation, people, for the next 2 months. The transfer window starts on the 1st of June rather than, I think, the 1st of July or something. We got the transfer window starts earlier for English clubs. I don't know why they've done it, because all the other clubs, all the other leagues, they haven't changed. So we're able to start doing transfer business from the 1st of June, but only with English teams, because no other transfer window is open apart from us. So it's just very strange that we've done that. So the transfer window opens early. Cunha seems like he's on his way. Let me see what kind of C saying. I don't like Amrim's player profiling. I'm concerned you give him 10 new players and he will still pick the likes of Rasmus. Bro, kind of C, that is what I'm afraid of. Like, I'm watching football and I'm always like, why is he seeing something different, to what I'm seeing, bro? Like, why am I seeing Hojlund doing all of these things and he's seeing Hojlund do all these things? Is he interpreting it differently to what I'm seeing? Like, I don't get it. Like, yes, the profile of Hojlund might be similar to Gorka's, right? But he's crap. So I'd rather, have a good footballer on the pitch that does the right things than try to shoehorn someone in my team because I believe he fits a profile of footballer that I need, but he just doesn't execute anything well. It's weird that when Antony was here, he didn't see that Antony could play wing back. He did, because he played him there and he did well, but he didn't start him there. Like, why? Before Amrim came, I said he plays wingers as wing back, or playing wingers as wing back would be the optimal thing, which means I thought that Garnacho would be given a run out at wing back and Antony would be given a run out at wing back. All season, we've never seen Garnacho at wing back. All season, we haven't seen it. And we only saw Antony at wing back a few times this season come on with Ahmad as a 10, and they played well. So I'm thinking, hold on. The 2 players who I assumed, would play wing back, are not playing wing back, right? So his player profiling, like Kind of C says, is a concern. is a concern. If he cannot identify that Kobe is good in the number 10 role until like towards the end of the season, if he's taking him this long to identify certain things, then how do we trust him with 10 new players? I know this is his system, but I even heard him say something like he didn't understand the lower teams were this difficult to beat in the Premier League. Like, he came in so blind. And I know he came in at the beginning of the season after someone else has been in, Ten Hag. And that alone, you can argue, it's liberties, because he didn't want to come in now. He wanted to come in after the fresh summer with a fresh start, but whatever, right? But he surely should have known this. He didn't need to ask Bruno this question. Bruno's not our manager. Like, him not playing Zirkzee when Zirkzee has been fit and him choosing Hojlund over Zirkzee, I'm concerned, about Amorim's player profiling. Very concerned. My only hope is that once he is given somebody that he actually wants, he will play them. I.e., I do not want Antony. Yes, Antony's okay as a right wing back, but he's still not my kind of player. This player is not my kind of whatever. My only hope is that once he does get these players, he will play them. However, back to what kind of C is saying, Amorim's player profiling, he needs to identify properly what is needed. What is the right centre midfield player that I need right now to be in this team? Who needs to leave? If Amorim says to Berardi and these guys, I want to keep Mason Mount forever, then I'll be concerned. If he says I want to keep Hojlund, I will be concerned. The fact that this manager loves Mason Mount, like previous managers, is a concern. It is a concern to me. So, just like I said against Ten Hag, I need to know that Amorim has learnt certain things from this season. He's identified where he's gone wrong. He's identified properly what type of players he needs. Because that is the most important thing. We do not want another summer where we spend 200 million on Antony, Hojlund and all of these players, only for 3 seasons later want to sell every single... There's not one single player yet that we bought under Ten Hag that we want to keep. We're supposed to buy players here, and players are supposed to stay here for a long time because we've done our due diligence. We've done our due diligence, we've done our research, and we know exactly who this baller is and what he is. Look at Ugarte. Ugarte, we spent £55 million for, and none of these players have we paid it off for. Hojlund, Antony, and Ugarte. If we sold them today, we will still have to be playing Atlanta, Ajax. Our transfer fees are paid over 3 or 4 years in installments. So while the player's not even here anymore, we still owe Ajax £30 million over the next 2 years for Antony, who's now been signed to the... These are the kind of things, that we're not thinking about. And that is why, going back to what I'm saying, player profiling has been a disaster at this football club. It's been a disaster. Every manager has come in with different ways of playing, who wants different players, and every manager after that has to come in and try to remove those players and bring in his own players over and over again. You could say that football clubs now sign. Players are now club signings. We will sign the players now because managers come and go every 2 or 3 years. We can no longer sign players for managers. So you guys who are like, give Amorim his own players, there's a certain degree of give him his own players. We will sign new players for you, Amorim. But you cannot dictate entirely. Yes, you have an opinion and you have a say. Of course you do. But you cannot dictate entirely the way Ten Hag did. All these FSG signings that Ten Hag made under his own company, like Hojlund, should be investigated. So, player profiling, the whole section, which you're going to have to clip up this section of Amorim player profiling in its own video, because we need to start making loads of videos now, is a concern. Is a concern, guys. kind of see. I'm just worn out and tired of watching garbage football. Really, you have to see what Ineos does. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, you know what it is? You got to give pros and cons and give credits also, because no one thought Ineos were going to make the signings they made. Those 5 signings, Ligt, Mazraoui, all these things. And to get Lenny Euro, I watch Lenny Euro now, yeah, and I keep forgetting that Lenny Euro is only 20 years old, bro. He's a baby. He's only 1 year older than flipping Haven. Yeah, he's miles ahead of him. When I see Lenny Euro play, yeah, I'm like, in about 2 years, he's gonna be I reckon he could be better than Saliba in about a year or two. Not as a pure defender, but on the ball. I think on the ball, he's almost up there anyway. He just doesn't have the concentration and the defending awareness like someone like Saliba has. But he could get there. He could get there. His tendency to play defensive fullbacks as wingback is also a concern. Yep, kind of see. Agreed. Agreed again. Like I said, when he came, Amrim, I thought he was going to play the attackers as fullbacks and just have them up the field and play 2 defensive-minded players who can drop back into defence, and then the right and left centre-back, they can split or go wider to become right and left backs if the wing backs were caught up. But he's playing left back and a right back. He's playing defenders as wing backs, and he has been playing defenders as wing backs for a long time. So what's the conclusion? The conclusion is this manager is very scared. He's playing a very defensive system anyway. You can argue this is a defensive system, 5 at the back, right? And the 2 wing backs are also defenders. So many times this season, we have seen 5 defenders on the football pitch. Now, you cannot really win many matches when half your footballers are defenders. The reason why you have 4 defenders at the back and then you have essentially 6 attacking players, because you need to attack, bro. You need to score goals. We, as a football club, often play with half our team, including, well, if you include the goalkeeper, 6 players, and Ugarte, 7 defenders, right? And then only have 3 attacking players. 4 attacking players, that's 11. Bad maths. Yeah, I only have 4 attacking players, and then wonder why we don't score goals. And then when you bring on Antony as right wing back, we start playing better. And then, so it doesn't make sense. He's very defensive minded. The system is also very defensive, and it can be very attacking depending on who you play. And we still concede loads of goals. And I'm like, bro, the best form of defense is attack. You know, if we have the ball and we're attacking and we're scoring, we probably don't need to defend that much. So he's flooding our team with defenders, playing Dalot and Mazraoui as wing backs who are defenders. So we play more defensively, but we're still conceding loads of goals. So I'm just like, hold on, just go and attack, bro. I never knew Amorim was so defensive minded and so negative. I never knew until he came. I was like, wow, this man is negative as hell. Negative as hell. Like, sometimes to defend as a wing back, all you need to do is track your man and cover. Listen, and cover your runner. No one can tell me that Ahmad is the greatest defender. But Ahmad played wing back and Ahmad was fine. Do you know why? Sometimes to defend, you just need to track back, cover the space, and that's it. That's it. And Antony could do that. So his tendency to play defensive fullbacks and in general to be very defensive in his approach is a concern of mine also, kind of see. It is. Maybe player profiling isn't 100%, but definitely player selection. If the profile you like isn't cutting it after a run of games, play the better player. Don't be stubborn and lazy. Try to make it work. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. This is why I fucks with kind of see. That's it. That's it. That's it. Bro, like, there's no manager, yeah, in the history of football that plays one way all the time against all teams, bro. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. But I think this manager, he talks like he is I change things. I'm like, you don't really. You don't actually really. And I'm concerned about that because you have to be flexible. Like if we sell Zirkzee, I think I'm done because we need a different profile up front. Even if we don't start with Zirkzee in every game next season and we get a Rory Delap and Rory Delap starts 70% of games, we still need Zirkzee, but we need a different approach. If Rory Delap doesn't work in a game, bring on Zirkzee for 20 minutes. We need, like Fergie, who had different types of strikers, whether it's a Teddy Sheringham type of striker, a Dwight York type of striker, Andy Cole poacher, Van Nistelrooy poacher, Rooney number 10 all out, sort of player who can do everything. Van Persie, you got different you need different profiles in your squad. You need different tools, bro. Why go to a match, when you can bring 10 different types of knives and guns and only bring a flipping one gun? Bro, bring your rocket launcher too, bro. Bring your automatic, bring all those things too, bro. Why? It doesn't make sense. Bring everything you can. Like, it don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me. But I just hope a large part of this season was exposing players. A large part of this season was him understanding the league, understanding players, understanding where he is, who can do what. And I just pray that over the summer, Ineos, him, they get together and they come up with some sort of plan, some sort of recruitment strategy. Because like I said, this is the worst it's ever been. It's like, yeah, bro. Bring bring your Tommy gun, bro. And if you run out of clips, bro, then draw for the bazooka. You know, flipping in Don't Be a Menace. when he goes, do we have a that's what I need. I don't need to open the truck. I want to see flipping USSR. Atomic bomb, bruv. Like everything. Like it don't make sense, bro. You can't play one way. Don't be a Pep Guardiola, bro, and just play one way and have one way of playing. You can't do that. You can't do that. So anyway, let me just quickly do a section on Garnacho so you can click to Garnacho. It is about time that Garnacho leaves the football club. It's announced by Amrim, or by the club, should I say, that Garnacho has been told that he needs to find another club. Now, listen, from the start, under Ten Hag, I was concerned that Garnacho was starting too many games at his young age. And you can argue that other players weren't pulling up trees, whether it's Sancho or whatever it was. But very, very quickly, Garnacho went from a squad player who we brought on for 10 minutes at the end of games, 15 minutes at the end of games, to tire out. After defenses have been tired, he will bring him on. He will do his frantic running. He will take on his man. It won't really beat his man, but at least he will give the defenders something to think about, right? He gave them a different problem. And that was good. Seeing him for 10, 15 minutes in games, bursts of games, to tire out defenders, attack defenders, cause them issues, give them something else to think about it, give them another problem. That was fine. He was good as a sub, super sub, impact player. The next season, we decided to give him about 40 starts. He scored about 5 to 10 goals in that season, but that's the season I realized that he was not good enough. When we started giving people like Garnacho 50 starts, that's when we started going down in the league. As much as people liked the fact that Garnacho was getting all these starts, I was like, he's too young to be playing that many games and he's not good enough. Forward, 2-3 years on, we've reached a stage where his ego is criminally exposed, bro. We cause a lot of this ego problem. We put him on a pedestal. We put him in a position that he shouldn't ever be. The fans in the stadium are singing his name when he's done nothing in football. And that happens way too often at Manchester United Football Club, where we get players who just need to pass wind, just do a little fart, just do something really small, get you a drink of water, tap water. It's not even bottled water. And you're like, oh, thank you for the tap water. Bro, relax. He hadn't done anything in football, and you guys were singing Viva Garnacho. You inflated his ego, thought he was better than he was, and now we are stuck with a footballer, not anymore apparently, but we were stuck with a young footballer who didn't want to trap back as much. Yes, he does work hard, to be fair, but his heart and soul is not in this football club. And so many fans here like to talk about the badge, and DNA, and man, he doesn't care about the badge. He's not from Manchester. You guys give him more love, yeah. Garnacho, a guy who's done nothing in football, won nothing, than someone like Pogba, he was here from the age of 14. Pogba's actually a Manchester lad. So the fans create these monsters. The fans create these players who think they're better than they are. Give them this stupid ego that they don't have. And I look at him tweeting certain things. Him and his brother coming out all the time with comments about the club, liking certain things on Instagram. All of these things, yeah, that if Sancho was doing, he'll be eating his breakfast, lunch, and dinner in a car park with the pigeons. But yet, Garnacho's doing all these things. How many times has Garnacho been told or been banned from the first team because of misbehavior? 3 times this season. Like, he is the problem, yeah, that you guys want to claim Sancho is. But you guys don't have the same energy. My guy, yeah, Faz just said to Garnacho one time, he said, just work on your passing and your shooting. Just work on your game a little bit, please, so you can have better output. And the whole internet community destroyed Faz for just telling him to improve. Forward a month later, the whole of the internet world is saying Garnacho shit. So everyone else could say it when it's time for everyone else to say it, when the general consensus is you're allowed to say it. But because Faz did it, he's a bad guy. Like, the fan base is a disgrace. The Man United fan base is a disgrace. And to hear that Garnacho could potentially be leaving, hopefully be sold, beautiful. Beautiful, Lillian. Beautiful news, bro. It is great. I can't wait to see the back of this stupid bowler head kid, bro. Like, I don't want to say that, actually. He's not a stupid kid, but he just not... Let me keep it professional. Let's just say that he's just not good enough for Man United, and I'm happy that he will be sold. Take the money. We should have taken the money in January, but cool. Take the money now and run. Let me know what you guys think of Garnacho. Should he stay? Should he be sold? How much money do you think we're going to get from him? I think a lot of players will go this summer. And I think Ineos need to recoup a lot of money because that Champions League money is not coming in. So some of your favourite players will be sold. Let me know what you guys think of Garnacho, his future. Where do you think he's going to go? We do not play with wide players, wide forwards. We play with wing backs and inside 10s. And the manager has said Garnacho is not a wing back and he's not an inside 10. We've shoehorned him into the inside 10. He's actually got better in that role. He's understanding the position a bit better. He's coming in field a bit more. But overall, if we can sell him and get good money for him and bring in a actual number 10, let's do that. Goodbye, Garnacho. If you are going, assuming you are going, I wouldn't say it's been a pleasure. You played for Man United during our worst period, so it is what it is. But yeah. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm doing, man. Because you know me, yeah, kind of see. I don't really do a lot of everyone has their life in it. That's why I said, you know what? Let me do watch-alongs. But now that I'm here and the season's over, I've got so much in my head, so much on my mind, bro. Like, even like I just want to pour it out and just say my piece, man. You know what I'm saying?
17 votes, so you've got a good.
By the way, guys, the poll is still there. Where should we go to next? Because I'm like, let's talk about Cunha. What I think Cunha could bring. Another video. What can Cunha bring to Manchester United? Let's have a talk. Let's analyze this Cunha guy and why I think he won't change He won't revolutionise Manchester United, but he will add that bite and a bit of quality that we so desperately need in the final third. First and foremost, I've said before, Cunha, he has the technical ability. He's Brazilian. He's got the flair. He's got the dribbling ability. He can dribble. He can get past players. That's not really his forte, but he can move the ball from A to B. For Wolves, he is a very good ball progressor. When Wolves need a respite, when they need the ball to go from their defence to attack, Cunha is often the guy who carries that ball from defence to attack, holds it up and waits for his teammates to come into play. We use Garnacho for the same thing. Garnacho is often used as an outlet for Manchester United. When we are in problems, when we're defending, get the ball to Garnacho, who stays forward. He runs with it, holds on to the ball. We all move up the pitch. Outlet. Cunha is older, more experienced, and he's better. So he will do it at a better level than Garnacho. Like I said, on the ball, his first touch, great. His control, great. He can play with his back to goal. That's important for me. We don't have a number 10 right now, not even Ahmad, who plays well with his back to goal. I think the best number 10 we have at the club that plays with his back to goal is Mason Mount. And I'm not even a fan of Mason Mount. But Bruno can't play with his back to goal. Zirkzee, for me, is not a 10. He's a false 9. He does it probably the best in the squad, but he doesn't play in those 10 roles. Cunha can play with his back to goal. So he can hold the ball up, he can turn, and he can drag the team up the pitch with his running. Great stuff. He has the technical ability to go either left or go right. His first touch is good. Great. Shooting. He is a shoot-on-sight player. We've seen how many times that we don't score goals, and our lack of end product, lack of finishing sometimes is the difference in our games. We have the possession, but we don't finish. Cunha, he's a shoot-on-sight player. You don't need to worry about that. He is going to shoot. Not only is he going to shoot, he's a good passer of the ball. In the final third, he does them little dink balls over the top that I always cry out for. When Scholes used to play for Manchester United, Scholes used to scoop that ball over the final defensive line often to Van Nistelrooy, to whoever. Cunha can do that. He does that. So not only is he creative, he can score goals. He is the number 10 that we need. He is. And importantly, for me, physicality. Ahmad, Garnacho, Mason Mount, Hojlund. What do they all have in common? When we get to the final third, with our attacking players, what often happens is that we actually get out-muscled. A lot of times, Ahmad's on the floor, Garnacho's on the floor, Hojlund's on the floor because the defender that they're up against is stronger, more powerful. Cunha is not a bitch. He's not. He's somebody that's going to go toe-to-toe with that defender. He's going to go shoulder to shoulder with that defender. He's not easily somebody you bring down. If he's going down, it's because you fouled him and he's going to get a foul. He is tall and he is strong. Both our number 10s that we play with regularly, Ahmad and Garnacho, are probably under 5'4". Right? I'm pretty sure Cunha is about 5'10", 5'11". The physicality, even though I don't like pace and power, I do love technical ability. But if you have the technical ability which Cunha has, with the pace and power that you need, beautiful. And that is one of the things, one of the reasons why we have to get Cunha. I think we will get Cunha. I think the deal is practically done. Cunha isn't everything and not all that we need. We do need more than Cunha. Yes, we do. But this is a good start. It is a good start. Left 10, Cunha. Right 10, Ahmad. Let's get the striker. Let's get the centre midfielder. Let's get another wing back. Potentially another defender. And absolutely another goalkeeper. These positions, at least 4 or 5 of them, we need first team players to walk into that team and fill those positions. So that is why I think Cunha is a good signing for us. It's a good start, but this summer, guys, is going to be the most important summer in the history of this football club. It will be. Let me know your thoughts on the Cunha signing. Where is he going to play? How do you think he does play? Are you going to contradict? Do you disagree with anything I have said? What is the future for Manchester United Football Club? Comment below, guys. Get involved. Yeah. That's it. I got Cunha. Spoken a little bit about Garnacho, a little bit. Spoke a little bit about Amarin's player profile. So those 3 videos.
The match reaction video.
Match reaction. The videos we posted during the week. Kind of see when they say United need a cultural reset, they mean mostly the fans. Whoa. Kind of see just says something there, you know. When they say Man United need a cultural reset, it's the fans. Do you know what it is, kind of see? I've always said, bro, I wished, no, and not just the fans, but it's the match day going fans, bro. Like, I know Manchester, man, and I look in the stadium and I look in the stands and I see all of these people and I see them singing garnacho songs, and I'm always like, the fan base, the local fan base, yeah, who try to, this is a local fan base that says, why should you support Manchester if you don't live in Manchester? Though these idiots who sing Bruno songs no matter what Bruno's doing, they need to be put in a camp, a concentration camp, to help them concentrate on the right things. See how I did that? But that's what these guys are saying, to help you concentrate. Now, okay, they need to be put somewhere, bro, and reprogrammed, like fully reprogrammed. Like, that's what needs to happen, because these guys, they're some of the reason why we are where we are. They let certain things happen, let certain players do certain things, let certain things slide with certain players and other. It's just a mess of biased and picking and choosing and not holding everyone to the same standard, allowing some players to just walk around in the pitch and not say anything, and then if another player walks around in the pitch, you boo him. It's just the double standards in the fan base is a problem, and the lack of football knowledge. Like, all of these guys just get drunk, yeah, go to the matches and just cheer and boo, or sit around and wait for a goal to go in. I will say this, a lot of football fans, yeah, a lot of Man United fans are not fans of football. A lot of people who watch football are not actually fans of football. They don't like the sport. They don't like to analyze the sport. They don't see the beauty in the sport unless a goal is scored. And while we all love goals, I mean, goals are the reason why, you know, we watch football. Still, you need to score a goal to win the match. So I understand that before anyone tries to say, you know, bro, the whole point of football is to score goals. Yes, I get that. But there are people who are not happy unless a goal is scored. There are people who don't watch the match or not focused on the match until the goal is scored. There are people who just watch the highlights, and all you do is just sit around, yeah, and just wait for a goal to be scored, yeah. You're missing the big picture. You therefore can't really contextualize the goal. There are a lot of people like that. Like, they're not a fan of football. They never wanted to play the sport at school in PE, or they didn't try out for the football team. Like, they didn't do that. They don't play FIFA. Listen, I don't even care about FIFA, but there's loads of people who just don't actually like football, but they love Man United. There's a lot of people where Man United, Manchester United, is a religion. You have to support them. You have to follow them. You have to back the manager. It's a social thing. It's a psychology thing. A lot of those people are not. I always like to think that there's a massive hole, yeah, that in your life that usually is filled by something moral, right? It's usually filled by religion. That religion becomes a big part in your life, or something that you obsess over. So for some of these football fans, if you're going to call them that, Man United therefore becomes that religion, something that you cry over, you get angry over, you get upset over, and you pour all your heart and all your emotion into. Yeah, and therefore you don't look at it as a sport. You don't look at it objectively like you're supposed to, like any other sport. You start looking at it emotionally, and whenever you start looking at it emotionally, and it eliminates, or it tries to remove your objective thinking. Of course it does. You can't criticize this player because this. You can't do this because of that. That's nothing. That's not objective. That's all emotional stuff. So whenever this Man United thing becomes too religious for me, I like to take a step back and be like, okay, I'm not like these guys, these crazy guys. Like, I love football. And if Man United didn't exist, I will still be watching football. I think if Manchester United didn't exist for a lot of these fans, they would not be watching football. I think that's a problem. The fan base don't know what good footballers are if all you do is focus on who scored the goal and who got the assist. Your view of football, therefore, is skewed. I feel like also the Man United fans, they are used to a certain type of football and footballer. The way that we play football throughout the years at Man United, a lot of it is isolation football, which is fine. A lot of it is Ronaldo beating a man, this person beating a man, and all of these things. If you're Sancho or Garnacho, whoever you are, and you're not beating your man, you might not get respected or rated that highly. And football's moved on so much that I feel like the fans haven't moved on to where football currently is. I've had to move, even though I don't like where football currently is. I don't like the state of football right now, but I've had to move with the footballing times. I don't think a lot of United fans have moved. And I hope after this season, what they've been exposed to, they can see certain things. I hope certain players that have been protected, like Luke Shaw, like Garnacho, like Bruno, I hope this season has exposed them a bit more to the fans for what they are. And I hope the fans, because of how much they've been shattered and how much they've seen, that sort of attachment, that emotional attachment that stops you thinking logically, I hope that's been severed a little bit by what they've seen, and now they can talk and say what they really think about certain players without the whole, you can't say this because you're supposed to be a fan, and a real fan doesn't ever criticize the club. Like, what does that mean? If I have a son or daughter and they do something wrong, because I'm their father, it means I'm not supposed to criticize them and teach them how to do the right thing. If the school teacher says my son punched him in the face, am I supposed to hug my son and say well done because he's my son, and I'm supposed to love my son and worship whatever because I'm his father? No. Like, I need to be telling my son, you shouldn't. I'll ask him who punched you first, and I'll ask him who won the fight. But at the same time, I'll be like, no, you don't do that. But when it comes to Man United, I'm supposed to just take everything and not complain. Like, what the hell? These fans, bro. These fans are different. And I don't like Arsenal fans. I hate Arsenal fans. But I'm thinking, if you're an Arsenal fans, you also hate Man United fans, because I know the Man United fan base are gremlins. We're gremlins too, bro. Here's what it is. A lot of mutant fans online too, from all over. Yeah. I mean, I can only talk for Man United fans, but I know, bro, the online fan base, the online world it's the online world in general, bro. It's crazy. When I go to bars over here to watch matches, fans are always surprised when I say I don't rate Bruno. They think I'm from deep space. It's because there's a general consensus in it. It's hard, bro, to go against the grain. Like, whenever the media formulate a rhetoric, whether it's Pogba is lazy, whenever it sticks, because what the media do, they throw feces, at whatever, And fan base can either kick it away, because they must have been throwing loads of things at Bruno and the fan base just rejected it. We kept rejecting it, said, no, he's not, no, he's not. But if you throw certain things at certain players and it sticks, and you're able to form a rhetoric, a story around the player, it's done. It's done. And what's happened with Bruno is that I remember when Bruno came in, yeah, the fan base used Bruno as a stick to beat Pogba with. When Pogba wasn't playing that well, it was, see, look at Bruno. Bruno's who Pogba should be playing like Bruno. They kept doing a comparison thing, and then Bruno had to come out and be like, I love playing with Pogba. Pogba came out and said, I love playing with Bruno. And they actually played well together. Now, personally, I think you gave the wrong player. Oli did it wrong. Oli gave Bruno a free role, right, in that team with Pogba. And I always think to myself, imagine if Pogba was the one giving the free role. Don't forget when Pogba was playing left wing for Oli and playing left forward and all of these roles and playing with Matic, and Bruno was playing in the 10, but Bruno had a free role. I kept saying, listen, I wish we got another holding player and pushed Pogba up and gave Pogba the free role, but we didn't do that. And when Bruno came in and scored those free kicks and played decently, they used Bruno as a reason to beat Pogba. And for when that rhetoric was formed, they were never going to go back and admit that Bruno was not good. A lot of it is also pride. A lot of it is admitting you were wrong about certain players. So Bruno had very quickly, he had a massive fan base very quickly that was already, and a lot of his fan base were anti-Pogba. You know, just like a lot of Garnacho's fan base is CR7. So I remember that at the time. I remember even players saying Bruno's amazing because he gets loads of assists. And Bruno's a stat padder. We've always said Bruno is a stat padder. He knows how to get stats. He takes all of our penalties and all of our free kicks and most of our corners. Yeah. He'll get good. He score goals and get assists when he's playing the rubbish teams. But whenever he came up against the top teams, he would play badly. How many times, yeah, has Man United played a top team and Bruno's turned up and played well or played out of his skin? And we've said, wow, what a performance by Bruno. How many times has that happened? Never. We've seen Pogba score 2 goals against Man City to make us win the game and drag us back into the game. We've seen Pogba skip past 2 people. Pogba used to drop a shoulder, yeah, do a piece of skill and skip past a couple of people multiple times even the games that he was playing badly in, he was doing that. It's just insane. So this Bruno thing, yeah, it's about setting a story, getting a rhetoric, getting something that most people can agree with. And once it's established that Bruno's our best player, that Bruno's that good, it's hard to fight against an established rhetoric, bro. It's hard to fight against it. Also, you don't need to understand football. If everyone is saying, yeah, that Bruno is the best player, and you are not a Man United fan and you do not watch the games, you're also going to start repeating it. Of course you are. You ask someone in America who Man United's best player is, everyone in the States, yeah, who don't watch football will say Bruno. Because that's what everyone, you're not going to say flipping something else, because the general consensus is it's Bruno. And if you go against the grain, like you said, kind FC, you're flipping, you're in space, bro. You're in space. So it is what it is, man. For me, I think a full rebuild of this football club has to involve Bruno being sold. Bruno leaving. It has to. It has to. And people are like, we shouldn't sell Bruno. Who's gonna listen? You stupid fuckers. Ronaldo has gone. Pogba has gone, and the club is still here. Van Nistelrooy has gone. Cantona has gone. George Best has gone. Luke, like, the whole team died in the Munich air disaster. And like, time goes, bro. Players come and players go. We get new players. Time moves. We can't sell this player because this and that. And bro, listen, let's get over it, man. Time goes. Players get old. Players need to be sold, and we need to bring new players in. Adam Wharton for Crystal Palace is the guy. Is the guy I would get. He's the guy I would get. However, he's gonna cost a lot of money. A lot of money. I know that. So I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. I don't know, guys. I don't know, man. Like, yeah. Listen, the thing is, Bruno's not a terrible player. He's not. He's just got so many like flaws in his game, and he gives the ball away unnecessarily in that double pivot. Like I've always said, yeah, he's not a 10. He's not a number 10. He can't dribble. If you cannot dribble, yeah, with the ball at your feet, you can't play in a 10. Because that number 10 role, yeah, that maverick role, that's supposed to be given to your best footballer that can do everything, it should never been given to Bruno. Like he can't move with the ball. He can't play with his back to goal at all. He's very, very flat. Everyone can watch Bruno. He's very flat-footed footballer. He runs flat-footed. He just looks very flat. He's not agile. He's not a 10. He's not. He's an 8. Just like De Bruyne is not a 10. De Bruyne is an 8. He's an inside. De Bruyne, yeah. All De Bruyne is David Beckham. That's it. He is just David Beckham, but slightly, would I say a slightly better shooter than Beckham. He has a right foot like Beckham, and Beckham was whipping that ball, bro. Beckham was whippy. And Beckham never played fully on the right wing, and Beckham wasn't beating his man. Gary Neville used to overlap Beckham. Beckham used to deliver the cross from the inside right channel. Let's not forget that, right? De Bruyne is just a Beckham regen. That's all he is. And Bruno is just a less technical version of De Bruyne. Difference between Bruno and De Bruyne is that Bruno never gets injured, and Bruno can run and run for days, bro. That's one thing about Bruno. He can run for days. He can. So, I don't know, man. I've never been the greatest fan of Bruno. I've said it on this channel many, many times. These days, because we've sold all of our best players and a lot of our better players have gone, he has emerged as someone even more important for Manchester United over the last few years, because, you know, Pogba's gone, Martial's gone, Rashford's gone now. All these players have gone. We are relying more on him, and the more we rely on him, I feel like the worse he gets, or the more I realize this guy's not good enough. So, listen, I know a lot of people love Bruno, and I understand why. And I understand the mentality of, if someone scores most of your goals and you sell them, where are we going to go get the goals from? I understand that mentality. But every player we sold, from Rooney, Ronaldo to Tevez, every player we sold, we had that same mentality. And time goes on, we get new players, and the goals get filled. So, it is what it is, people. We will see who gets sold and who gets bought next season. How long will this stream be running for?
3 hours 15.
I think it's time now.
You've got any other video to do? I mean,
Kevin De Bruyne, way more discipline. KDB's way more disciplined as he stuck to exploiting that left-hand channel. Bruno goes all the place for no reason. Yeah, bro, I can't really like disagree with anything you say, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. It's true. Like, kind of see watches football. He uses his eyes and he just says what he sees. He's not making up stories. Kind of see. Like, you don't need to make up stories. Just watch. That's what I do. Just look my eyes, see what I see, and just say what you see. And that's what kind of see he's doing. Like, he's definitely more this Bruno. During that, not now. The Bruno now that we see on the Amorim, he's more disciplined. But that Bruno under Ten Hag and under Oli, bro, that hole in the middle, especially with Ten Hag, Bruno was doing whatever he wanted to do, bro. I think when Oli bought Bruno, Oli told Bruno, just do what you're doing. Do what you're doing for Sporting and stay up there. That's literally what I thought Oli said to Bruno. Bruno You don't give someone like Bruno that freedom. I never understood it. Like, you give Neymar that freedom. You give Messi that freedom. Like, you don't give Bruno that freedom. Bruno just plays like everyone else plays. Why was he above so many other players? Why was he given all of that for what he is, for the type of footballer he is? It's just strange to me, bro. Strange. Anyway, that's an oddie decision, because I remember when we got Bruno, Tottenham said no to him. Don't forget, yeah, Sporting wanted to sell this guy for about 70 million in the summer. Everyone said no. Go suck your mother, yeah? That's what everyone said. Go suck your mother. They tried to give him to Liverpool. Liverpool said we don't want him. Tottenham were gonna sign him, then Tottenham looked at him and Tottenham said, nah. And everybody during the summer, from Barcelona to everyone, said no, we don't want him. He didn't go anywhere in the summer because nobody wanted this guy, bro. Let's not rewrite history. That's what happened. And then in January, this is why I'm here, to contextualize things for United fans. In January, when we were having the worst time, when both Jesse Lingard, yeah, and Andreas Pereira were just playing dog doo-doo, bullock doo-doo, Ollie said, you know what? I need an attacking midfielder. I need a number 10. Like, this Andreas Pereira, this Jesse Lingard playing in that 10 role is not working. And we were desperate, absolutely desperate. And we went to Sporting and we said, okay, here's 50 million or whatever for Bruno. That's why he was a desperation signing, bro. A desperation signing for Ollie. And now look what's happened. We tried to build a team around Bruno. And the more we did that, the further down the table we got. It's not just Bruno's fault. It's never one footballer's fault. But that is literally what happened. Yeah, kind of see. The United scouts didn't want him. Yeah, exactly. Let's contextualize it, bro. Like, people forget that he was not a footballer that most teams wanted. They saw, and thing is, we forget. Yeah, I remember at the time that everybody was saying he gives the ball away too much. I remember that. Now it's starting to ring a bell. At the time, yeah, Tottenham, all of these people kept saying that he's good, but he's a bit too wasteful with the ball. He's not economical enough with the ball, and that's the problem. And then we bought him, and then that problem became our problem. So listen, this Bruno thing is what it is. He's here, he's been here, but I just hope that we are brave enough to, if any Hababa Shababa Walaba, any any couscous or hummus teams, yeah, want to come and get this guy, come and get him. Give us 125 million for him. If we could take that 125 million and go and get Adam Wharton for Crystal Palace, because you know Palace are gonna flip in, they're gonna demand some stupid money for Adam Wharton. Cool, Adam Wharton could be our flipping centre mid for the next 10 years. Boom. So it is what it is, man. Like, the thing is, we act like our scouts, yeah, are different to other scouts. Like, we also try to act like other teams are not looking at the same players that we look at. We act like we unearth gems. Like, Bruno wasn't known by every club. Like, Bruno, yeah, was 25, 26, yeah, still playing in Portugal, bro. Nobody who's really that good, yeah, is playing in Portugal at the age of 25, 26. Like, at 19, yeah, João Felix, yeah, was getting moved around all over the gaff because he was just the guy. And you can argue maybe João Felix's career hasn't gone as planned, but the quality difference between João Felix and Bruno is crazy at the time. Obviously, the output difference is also crazy because output-wise, Bruno has more output than João Felix. But I remember that time, João Felix was the guy in Portugal, not Bruno. And Bruno, 25. Bruno had already gone to, was it Sampdoria for like 2 or 3 seasons and came back to Sporting, bro. Like, it's a fact that the fans can't see this shit, bro. And we just get conned as a fan base, man. It's crazy out here. But it is what it is, man. Um, I don't know what else. What do you think? Because these videos don't even too long. Just short videos.
Yeah, I don't know. It's loads of stuff we talk about, but
I mean, I've been talking.
we've already talked about.
Yeah. In closing, I think after this terrible season with no Europe next year, I say take the opportunity to clean house and start a true rebuild with a smaller squad and even new coach. Start over. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm thinking as well. Kind of see less football to play, which means we don't even need a big squad, which means we're gonna have less games, more concentrated games. You know how Nottingham Forest have done, and a lot of clubs do. When you've got less games, you can spend longer time on the training ground, coaching the players between games. Just focus on the league and the league itself. Smaller squad, smaller, tightly knit group of players, like 20, 22. Just as long as you got a player for every position, 2 players for every position, that's it. Just have 2 players for every position, no extra, and that's all you need. New coach, change Amram. Listen, you can get another coach who wants to play 3-5-2, 3-4-3, whatever you want to call it. Everyone calls it something different. You can still get another coach who wants to play that, but the formation is not really important. The system is not the most important. It isn't. It's the way we play. It's the way we play because our manager like to say Amram. Most teams build up with a back three anyway. So his setup is basically very similar. At the back, it is anyway, to how a lot of teams already build up. He just starts with a back three rather than have a back four and having the right back. A lot of teams invert their right back into the midfield to help, or their left back into the midfield to create a back three at the back. So it is what it is, bro. Kind of see. It's always been a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure joining the stream. I'm gonna do watch along to all the preseason games when they start. I'm gonna hopefully start doing a show in the next few weeks, maybe once a week as well, with another YouTuber. So yeah, man. Hopefully, there's some more content for everyone to enjoy because this off season is gonna be dull as hell. All we're gonna hear is, as the usual, transfer rumors, and Man United are looking at this player. Man United are considering looking at this player. Man United have sent scouts to. Man United have wondered about this. All these things that don't mean anything. That's all we're gonna hear all summer. So
Wednesday, kicking off at 1:45 p.m. UK time.
which Wednesday?
This Wednesday.
Who?
The ASEAN All Stars, which I think is like Asia's. It's a friendly versus the ASEAN All Stars.
All right. Well, apparently we have a friendly Wednesday coming up.
This Wednesday.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true. I don't know what that means, bro. But I see online here that Man United have a friendly match on Wednesday. So why would you have a friendly match on Wednesday when the season's? I don't know.
Going to Asia for a couple of matches. So you got a match against them on Wednesday and a match against Hong Kong.
What's the first match of the season? I see Man United versus Bournemouth in July.
19th of Man United versus Leeds, July.
What does it say?
Club friendlies.
Yeah, all friendlies.
Whereas West Ham is Premier Summer League Series.
Forget that. I don't know what that means.
Man United Bournemouth Premier League Summer Series. Oh, you're in a group with Bournemouth, Everton, and West Ham.
All right. So I'm learning this right now as we speak. Yeah, that this summer there's going to be matches this summer. Apart from friendlies are going to happen, but we're going to be in a Premier League group this summer where we're going to have apparently friendly matches.
This is when we travel around the world because this match is at 2:30 a.m. So
yeah, we're going to have friendly matches in Asia against a lot of Premier League teams, and it's going to be a league. So these are going to be matches where we're going to do watch-alongs as well and have good conversation as well. I think the league was the first game of the season. Keep going. Let's find out the first match of the new season. I'll say mid-August.
It's not showing you when
All right.
the matches are.
All right.
Like in early August.
So we're probably going to start the season mid-August, as usual. Let's find out the first game of the season when the season starts, people. All right. Maybe they haven't released it yet, so we won't try to spend too long trying to find this information out. But new location as well, people, new setup. So hopefully new vibes, hopefully more positive vibes from Man United as well. So yeah. No, we don't know. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, people, it's been a pleasure. Match reaction.
Start on August 16th. I can't.
Match reaction is going to be out very, very shortly. So yeah, stay tuned, stay locked, and comment below. It's been great, man. It's been great, people. It's been a good season in terms of YouTube. I've managed to do a watch along to almost all Man United games, almost and more. I've done watch alongs to other games, so that's at least, I don't know. We're talking about 60 probably watch alongs I've had this season, which is more than last, so that's better. Got a few more subscribers. We've got a long way to go. Only a couple hundred, but I'm gonna keep going, keep pushing out the content. Always thank you, man, for dropping in and out. We need mod. I'm gonna need mods as well. So kind of see if you wanna control some stuff, control the chat, moderate it, make sure everyone's behaving themselves as well next season. And yeah, keep pushing, man. Keep pushing this. So yeah, people, that's it. I've got a lot more to say, but I might just dash on the camera once a week as well and just give my thoughts about stuff as well. So yeah, people, let me know as usual what you guys think, and I will see you guys